Yes, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. Flower companies celebrate Valentine's Day. Hallmark celebrates Valentine's Day. And restaurants celebrate Valentine's Day. Probably also jewelry companies. That's the main ones. Strip clubs? I don't know about that. Who goes to the strip club on Valentine's Day? We don't really celebrate it. I mean, our wedding anniversary is in February, so we celebrate that. Yeah, make it for the kids. Give the kids some chocolate. That's right. Schools are out next week. My kids are home today from school and home on Monday from school, but not the whole week. Monday's what, President's Day? Did I see Slitta's video about women stealing money from him? Oh my God. I thought he said he wasn't making any videos after the Super Bowl. He made another women-hating video? That doesn't surprise me. Cupid's an asshole. This goes around shooting people with his arrow that don't even want to be shot. Oh, Lord. Half days are stupid. If you're going to give them a half day, just give them a whole day. What's the point of... Like, why? What's the point of sending a kid to school for 3 hours? It's stupid. How did Valentine's Day start? I got to figure this out. This is important. Does anybody know? I don't really know, but it was believed to have originated from an ancient Roman festival called Lupercalia. I think I'm saying that right. A fertility celebration held in mid-February, which the Catholic Church later transformed into a Christian feast day honoring a martyr named Saint Valentine. Associating the day with romantic love, the exact details of Saint Valentine are murky, but legends often portray him as a priest. Yeah, nobody knows about romantic love more than a priest. That makes sense. Performed secret marriages against the orders of the emperor, leading to his execution on February the 14th. So February the 14th is the day that St. Valentine was executed for conducting secret marriages. So St. Valentine was somewhat of a badass. A lot like Sleeta, he does what he wants. It did cost him his life, though. Can I play the BBD baseball clip? Of course I can.
I'm dying, right?
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm in the underwear! And Tennessee hit a grand slam walk-off home run.
Yeah, when does baseball start? Did it start today? Yesterday? It starts this weekend, I know that. I saw some Clemson people complaining on Twitter about it's going to cost like $30 to watch it on TV or something. I guess it's not on regular TV. They must be streaming it somewhere and charging people. I don't know. Starts today. Okay. I would never, of course, who would take love advice from Sleeta? That would be stupid. Let's see, college, hold on, let's do this. Now hold on here. What the hell? DraftKings doesn't have college baseball betting? In here. Baseball. College baseball. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Oh, at 12 o'clock, Clemson and Oklahoma State. Clemson is favored by 1.5. This is interesting because in Major League Baseball, every line is 1.5. It's just, who's the favorite and who's not the favorite. But in college baseball, they have higher spreads than that. Look at this. Michigan's favored by Virginia's favored by 3.5 over Michigan. Oregon State's favored by 4.5. That's a lot in baseball. Over Xavier. What's the big games today? I guess Clemson and Oklahoma State's a pretty big one. Oklahoma State's a good team. Clemson's projected top 5, I think, preseason. You got to get it on a Flow channel? Why would they do that? See, that's the problem with college baseball. Virtually every college basketball game is on TV somewhere. Virtually every college football game is on TV somewhere. Baseball's not as accessible. Yeah, and I'm not paying to watch college baseball. There's 0% chance of that happening. I mean, I would pay for a ticket to go see a game live. I'm not paying to watch it on TV, though. Fuck all that. I mean, I'm already paying. I'm paying for a streaming service. You know? Well, I forgot to open the StreamYard, didn't I? I did. I'll do that now. Yeah, there's 23 people on the stream. That's more people. That's more people than will watch the game on. But yeah, you're right. Is there an AP poll out on? Can't stop coughing. Is there an AP poll out on baseball, a preseason poll? Let's see. College baseball AP poll. No, hold on now. No, that's not an AP poll. I guess not. They don't do a preseason. Oh, here it is. Well, this is the ESPN Top 25. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, come on. All right, here we go. I hate how ESPN's website is. Texas A&M is preseason number 1. This is according to ESPN, not the AP. Virginia 2, LSU 3, Tennessee 4, Arkansas 5, North Carolina 6, Oregon State 7, Georgia 8, Florida State 9, Florida 10, Duke 11, 12 Oregon, 13 NC State, 14 Wake Forest, 15 Clemson. Thought they were ranked higher than that. 16 Vandy, 17 Oklahoma State. So today is 15 versus 17, Clemson and Oklahoma State. Mississippi State 18, Texas 19. Dallas Baptist Patriots 20. What? Dallas Baptist Patriots. Oh, I never even heard of that school. But they're ranked in the top 20, though. Arizona 21. UC Santa Barbara 22. TCU 23. Nebraska 24. And Troy 25. You know what's alarming about that? South Carolina's not in the top 25. I thought they were a women's basketball school and a baseball school. I guess now they're just a women's basketball school. How is that possible? That's the one from NCAA? Well, this is the ESPN website. I don't know. I don't understand why they don't put out a preseason AP like they do in football. South Carolina's a football school. They've never been they've been a football program for 130 something years. They've never been a football school. I mean, if winning 9 games makes you a football school, then okay, they're a football school. I do think they're going to have a decent year this year, though. Well, they're going to go as Sellers goes. Sellers stays healthy. I think South Carolina's going to be pretty good. How good? I don't know. Top 15 like they were this year, I guess. How's the Pay Peete movement going? But Pay Peete movement's probably going to go on a break until March Madness starts. So a couple more weeks. Yeah, I'm not betting any more fucking Chinese hockey and Israeli women's basketball. Is Clemson going to the College World Series this year? I don't know. They're projected to be good. That's all I know. But I can't name a single player on the team, so you're asking the wrong person. You know. All right, let's get rid of this music. Yeah, happy Friday to everybody. Good morning, sir.
You should bet on New Zealand cricket.
New Zealand cricket.
Yeah, I think that's hot and popular these days.
Yeah. You know, that's not a bad idea because I know just about as much about cricket as I do about hockey, which is nothing.
I am totally surprised by that top 25 that South Carolina is not ranked anywhere.
Yeah.
I guess they're basing it on, last year's record. But I will tell you this, and I may have mentioned, I know I have mentioned this to you before, that a friend of mine's son is going to be playing pitcher for them. He made the cut, so he will be a starting pitcher, and his name is Ryder Garino, and he is a strikeout king. They call him the Slim Reaper too. So I think he will do well for South Carolina when they start.
So you say he's a freshman?
He's a freshman. He was the baseball player of the year in New Jersey last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, kid is amazing.
Well, if he's going to start as a freshman, he's obviously good.
Yeah, and he was throwing when he got there. I think he was throwing 92 mile per hour fastballs, and in college they want you to be throwing 94 to 95. And
they'll get him on a weight program, and he'll probably get some muscle on him, and
that's what they did. That's what they're doing, and he's already there. So I mean, he's an amazing kid, no doubt about it. So I think he'll do very well for the Gamecocks.
Well, I hate the Gamecocks, but
I do too.
I hope he does well.
I hate him, but I will be, as far as baseball. I'll pull for him in that regard.
Yeah, I got you. Georgia was ranked in the top. What was it, top 10?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were that good. We were supposed to be that good. I guess we don't know how good anybody is, and they haven't played a game yet. But, yeah, I mean, is Georgia typically? I don't pay attention to baseball. So, are they typically a good baseball program?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
A pretty decent basketball program, but as far as I've never paid attention to them playing in baseball.
I don't think the basketball team has made the tournament in like 20 years.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Now, they had a pretty good start to the season this year, and then they kind of fell off. Georgia did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, it looks like this D1 baseball, who's doing the rankings here, is doing it by their record from 2024. That's all I
I get that. Sort of just like an extension from how they finished last year. But why doesn't the AP put out an early preseason poll like they do in football?
Right.
I think they do in basketball too. Why not baseball?
Well, with March Madness coming up, they want to put out a ranking for that, so people can set up their brackets and all that.
Yeah. I didn't see Florida. Was Florida State on that list?
Yes, ninth.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Yeah, the ACC is pretty good in baseball.
I mean, that's a peculiar one. Oregon State's a peculiar one there.
Oregon State's typically pretty good.
Oklahoma State, Mississippi State.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to be good in one sport or the other,
The ACC's got a bunch of teams in the top 25, but I guess they're still good in baseball, just not in basketball anymore.
Yeah. Let's see. There's Virginia. There's North Carolina. There's Florida State. There's Duke. There's North Carolina State. Wake Forest. Clemson. You're damn right. Yeah, there are a lot of teams. Yeah.
Surprised Louisville's not in that mix. They're usually pretty good. I think North Carolina is projected to win the ACC. But I don't know.
As far as baseball goes, okay. I would say North Carolina probably would win in the basketball too. Or are they? Do they have a premier team as they always have?
I don't know. I'm assuming they're good. They're good every year.
Yeah.
The ACC has let that's how bad the ACC basketball is. They let Brad Brownell become the best coach in the ACC.
Unreal.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to March Madness at all, or do you care?
You know what? I used to, when I worked, in an office, they always had a bracket. Never won it, but always participated in it, and always watched it till my teams were gone. But but since I don't work in an office anymore, it didn't feel as competitive to even be part of a bracket. Now, with my local bar, they probably will have a bracket, and I can put $20 in for that and go from there. But every time I do any of their bets up there, my money does not come back.
Yeah, I did.
I'm a poor gambler. That's why I don't gamble, because I know I'm a poor gambler.
Yeah, well, you're smart. That's all that is.
I don't know about that. I love to gamble playing poker.
Yeah.
And my main game is Texas Hold'em. I love playing that just for the competitiveness of it. And I went to Vegas and proved myself I was pretty good, because I wound up second in a tournament at the Stratosphere.
Oh, really?
Some years ago.
The Strat.
I won $300 some odd. There was no big prize I won, but I was happy to make it through.
I always forget Wet Blanket is a Oklahoma State fan in the chat. Yeah, Oklahoma State has 53 natties, he says. Yeah, that's who Clemson plays today at noon.
Is baseball already started? Is the season started?
Starts today.
It's That's why you're talking about it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I know my friend he's in Jersey. He's going to be back and forth to watch his son play. He came down during the fall to watch him play in an exhibition game with the College of Charleston. But his son didn't get to play because he injured his back a little bit. So he didn't play in that. They wanted him whole and healed up and all that.
I saw somebody. Do you stream, or do you have like satellite or cable, or what do you use?
I use DirecTV.
All right, so you have DirecTV. For anybody who in the chat who has YouTube TV, I have Hulu TV, so I don't know about YouTube TV, but I saw people complaining on Twitter yesterday that they were canceling their YouTube TV subscription because they don't have March Madness on there. I don't know if it's true or not. I saw somebody complaining about it. I don't know how that's possible. Isn't March Madness on network TV? Yeah,
it's on CBS, isn't it, primarily?
That's what I thought.
I think that CBS has always been the network to carry March Madness.
Oh, see, Christian's saying it in the chat right now. Apparently, YouTube TV no longer carries CBS, so no more March Madness.
Oh, well, they'll they'll come to some negotiation. So it's just like, okay, DirecTV did not have, at the beginning of the football season, this past season, they didn't have ESPN rights.
Yeah.
And so could not watch any SEC game, couldn't watch any Georgia football for the first two games. And I was pissed off. And I guess a lot of others were too, DirecTV subscribers. And they finally came to some deal with ESPN and got it back on.
Yeah, I remember that. A lot of people were pissed off and switched from DirecTV to streaming because of that. Yeah.
And I was looking at everything. In fact, I think I even talked to you about Hulu and all that. I was looking at Sling TV, Fubo, all of them, YouTube, and was ready to pull the trigger. And then they finally came back on.
Yeah.
And when you got you already got something going, you already have a brand or you already got a service, it's hard to kind of flip to another service if you're already used to DirecTV. Not that I'm not in love with DirecTV by any means, but
yeah,
it gives me everything I want.
It's the same reason I use Hulu. Well, the reason we got Hulu instead of YouTube TV was because if you get the Hulu TV thing, that I think it's like $79 a month or something, then they automatically give you the entire video library from Hulu, the regular Hulu, which would be like another $10 a month, and they give you ESPN Plus and Disney Plus for free. So
that's good.
So you get basically, my kids, the Disney TV and all that. I use ESPN Plus for sometimes for like fights that come on and stuff like that. Right. And I watch the Hulu app all the time too, like the TV shows and stuff on there. So it just made sense.
Well, I just gave up Peacock TV because I got this rocket alert saying $85.99 from Peacock, and it was the annual amount. But I was going, you bastards! You went up by about $20 damn annually. I said, no, I'm done. There's nothing that I watch on Peacock TV that much. I watched The Day of the Jackal. That's about the only they've had. There's another show that I watched on there that was their own, original show. Day of the Jackal was amazing, but I'm not going to do that. No, I can watch it down the road.
Yeah, I'm looking this up.
Carry the Super Bowl.
Because I did see people complaining about it. There's people in the chat saying it's fake news.
It could be.
All right, here we go. YouTube TV streaming update. After February the 13th, which is yesterday, all Paramount channels, including CBS and CBS Sports, may no longer be available on YouTube TV. Well, it doesn't really.
They're not saying that they're negotiating with them either. That's really not good.
Yeah, here's a article from USA Today, which is a very reputable fake news source.
When you see Ralph Macchio's picture there, yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. It is in the news, but SCU2 will provide an $8 credit to users if Paramount's content is unavailable for a prolonged period. As of February 24, it's more than 8 million subscribers. Those channels will go dark. Paramount. Wow. They say as negotiations continue, though. Yeah.
So that doesn't last too long.
Yeah. They'll probably get the deal done before March Madness starts, which I think is like, is it the first week in March or somewhere around there? First or second week of March?
Yeah. Okay.
It should be the third week in March.
Is it the third week? Because I know they had the conference tournaments in early March, right?
Yeah, the season lasts until the first week in March, and the conference tournaments are the second week, and then March Madness is the third week.
I got you.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Yeah.
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm alive.
Together. I was in Japan. I just came back from Japan. I was there for a few days. That was cool.
Where'd you go in Japan? Tokyo?
I was in Tokyo, and then we went to Yokohama. We had Shanghai versus Yokohama in a Champions League soccer game, so we went to that.
Oh, Japanese soccer.
Yeah, well, it was Shanghai. It was a Chinese team versus a Japanese team in the Asia. Like they have the Champions League in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Or they'll have like Bayern Munich will play Manchester United or whatever. They have the same thing over here. So it was that. And then we hung out in Japan for a while. Had a great time, man. It was pretty cool. Japan is.
I'm sure Tokyo's got to be an exciting city to be in.
It's pretty cool. It's different from China. I don't know that I would rather live in Japan than in China, but some people love Japan. I like it. It's dope. The food is great. The people are really cool, but they're not quite as like warm and like welcoming as people in China are. So I don't know, but I do like it. It's dope. I just can't talk to them, so there's that. But
oh yeah, you don't speak Japanese, just Chinese.
Right.
Yeah, I can't. But the thing is, I got some Chinese friends who went with me. Then some of them speak Japanese. I know some Chinese guys who live in Japan, So then it was funny experience. It's like I'm sitting there with some guys. I'm speaking in Chinese to my Chinese friends. They're translating it into Japanese to the Japanese people. So it was kind of a weird, like I never, you never think you'd be in that position, but it was pretty cool. We had a really good time.
Can you hear me?
You sound like you're in a fish tank, bro.
Yeah, we can barely hear you.
You know what I saw? You talking about weird type sports and all that earlier, Pete. We mentioned New Zealand cricket. I watched on YouTube a 5x5 fight between fighters from Poland and Russia.
Wow.
Wow.
And they put five from Russia in the ring and 5 from Poland in the ring. Begin, and then they just start welling the shit out of each other until all of them are knocked out, and then and Poland won.
I can listen to the show, but for some reason I can't hear you guys.
Why don't you?
I can't hear you at all.
Why don't you come back in?
Yeah. Leave and come back in or something. I don't know. You sound like you're talking to us over a CB radio or something.
But you don't want to be the last guy in the ring when all the other friends have been defeated or your other compadres, because then all 5 of them beat the shit out of you. I was like, well, this is the most unfair shit I've ever seen in my life.
Now, where did you see this at?
I saw it on YouTube. It just happened to pop up. It said Poland versus Russia 5x5 fight.
Well, shit, we need Ukraine versus Russia.
They're already fighting, Vic.
Yeah, they are fighting.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a terrible idea, putting 5 people in a ring together, or 10 people.
It looked bad. But I was totally impressed at Poland, because, you think Russians are normally the stronger team or going to be stronger guys, and Poland beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, don't mess with the Polak.
Yeah. So y'all know that that Millis is suing Slitta?
He's suing Slitta for what?
Slitta on YouTube court. Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
You just sound muffled. That's all.
For the way that he's been saying about women in his videos.
Oh.
I can't hear y'all.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Get me on the show.
All right. It was nice talking to you.
It's called 5 versus 5 Tornado Tag Team MMA match. Poland destroys Russia. Oh my God, man! They show some of these guys beat all through hell and back.
Can you bet on it?
Well, I'm guessing you could. This was 3 years ago. Okay, some of this is 3 years ago. Okay,
that's almost as bad as the slap championship or whatever.
Yeah. No, I like the slap championship.
Yeah, I like the slap championship.
Dana White said that's going to be the biggest sport coming up from other than MMA or UFC.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Watching people take turns.
I mean, you're just asking for brain damage.
UFC is also asking for brain damage, if we're being fair. But.
Yeah, but at least you can try to defend. At least you can defend yourself. I mean,
in the head, and then pounds you in the head when you're down on the ground.
But the point of MMA is to not get hit. The point of slap championship is you're going to get hit every time, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Stand there and take it. Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Well, you're not only supposed to slap him in the cheek, but I saw one guy slap this guy right up the upper head, the upper portion of his head, and the guy was going, "What the hell?"
Yeah, you get hit right in the ear or the temple.
Right.
Somebody gets knocked out every time.
A concussion. Well, and in fact, if you watch any of it, these guys fall back, and it's like, well, you just concussed the guy.
I don't know.
So Nature Boy just brought up something called kabaddi, which I did see in person for the first time a couple years ago. Do you know what kabaddi is?
No. What is that?
It's like it's from India, I think. But it's like they play it on a court, but it's like freeze tag. But they play it in it's like Olympic freeze tag, and like you could cross the line into the other team's territory, and you have to like tag people and like athletically like spin your way back before you get tagged. And there's a bunch of rules, and there's like a referee and all this shit. I heard about it. I was like, what the fuck? And I went to go see it, and it was actually pretty damn cool. It was not dumb. It was fun.
I do remember in 2020, whenever a lot of sports were suspended, ESPN was playing the National Tag Championships. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
But
I imagine it's something similar to that.
It's like a giant square. I don't know, maybe 30 by 30, and they have all these obstacles and fucking monkey bars and all this stuff you can climb on, and it's just one guy chasing another guy around trying to tag him.
Yeah.
Oh, I have seen that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of obstacles and all this crap.
Yeah, they're like flipping over stuff and ducking underneath.
It's really dangerous. Like I can't imagine. I haven't seen anybody like get brained on one of those. Like they trip over the block and then smash their head into the fucking pommel horse or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
I'm watching this kabaddi right now. It's cool. It's pretty unreal.
Yeah, like it's big in India. They like the stars. They have professional leagues for it, and like the superstars at the highest level are like celebrities. They get like advertisement deals on TV and shit. Yeah.
But it's some guy jumping. I mean, he's jumping 5 to 6 feet in the air.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, good Lord.
how do you even get into something like that?
I went to the Asian Games, like it's like the Olympics, but Asia only. And I was like Iran versus India or something. And these guys were doing this crazy shit. And I was like, man, like this is way cooler than I expected.
I saw some game the other day on Twitter. I don't even know what it's called. It's kind of like a mix between racquetball and I don't even know what they have these. There's a ball, and they have these big things in their hand that's like curved.
I know what you're talking about.
And they sling the ball at the wall.
Like a hook.
Yeah, it looks like a hook almost. And they sling the ball at the wall, and it bounces off the wall, and then you have to catch it. I don't even know. I don't know what it's called.
I got it because I know exactly what you're talking about.
But apparently, it's popular other places because there's professional sports leagues for it. No, not wall ball.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. Jai Alai. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is.
What's a Jai-alai?
You mean highlight? Is that what you mean?
Highlight? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
I speak English.
They still do that in Miami.
Yeah, I was just going to say they have it in South Florida for sure. People play it in South Florida.
Yeah.
Jai Alai.
It's the only place I've ever seen it played in person is in South Florida. I don't know if
Jai-alai, what's that?
I'm putting it on the screen right now so you can take a look at it.
Oh, that little ball runs. I mean, they make it move fast.
And it spins and all this stuff because they got those little metal looking macaroni wood. Sorry, not metal. Those little wood like macaroni looking things they fling it with.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, your hand goes inside of this thing almost like a baseball glove. And now I don't know the point of how to score it or what they're doing here. There's lines all over the court.
Well, it's almost I don't know how to say it. It's almost like playing what was a popular sport, still is these days. Where you're banging the ball up against the up the wall and you're catching it or you're beating it back. It's very similar.
You talking about squash?
Say again, Belushi?
Squash?
He's talking about
squash?
Something like squash. Yeah, something like squash.
Yeah,
Racquetball, something like that?
Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm thinking.
Racquetball.
Racquetball.
Yeah.
Right, racquetball.
The ball is blue, right? The ball is blue, a little blue ball.
Yeah, exactly. Racquetball.
Racquetball used to be really popular. Now it's not so much anymore.
No, hell, you couldn't get on a court, a racquetball court. It was so damn popular, especially in the 90s.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
The Slim is in the back.
Okay.
Only problem with racquetball is it's really easy to get beamed by that thing, and it's like rubber. It hurts. It's not nice.
It hurts like hell. Yes, It does. Yeah, I used to get burnt, hit in the legs with that thing, and it'd come up a big old bruise.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I get a bruise by the wind.
Right. Yeah.
Scott, have you played pickleball yet? You're around that age.
Yeah, not yet. In fact, I saw them talking about, oh, here's where you can meet, Valentine's. Oh, you can meet singles playing pickleball. Like, what the hell?
I thought Scott was at that shuffleboard age.
Oh.
I'd be good at now. I'm pretty darn good at the shuffleboard you might find in a bar or pub. Yeah.
Or like the table shuffleboard where you
the table. I love table shuffleboard. Love it.
Like they have at Dave and Buster's or whatever.
They have one of those. Do they have a shuffle?
Yeah, exactly.
They have a shuffleboard at the Ice House, that bar you go to, don't they? They used to.
No, I don't think so. Not anymore. No.
Well, I mean, we one.
I did get a full pickleball racket and ball set for Christmas.
Have you played
nice.
yet?
I haven't played yet. No, my sister plays every weekend. She's the one that got us for us. She got us a couple of rackets and some balls and a little carry bag for it.
Dude, I mean, it's fun. Look, I'm not running around enough to play tennis. Like, I'll ruin my knees and ankles. Like, I'm not fucking doing that. But if you're not trying to run around so much to play tennis, pickleball is fun.
I'll tell you what, there's a bunch of pickleball places around here. They're everywhere now. Kind of like the axe throwing. They just popped up everywhere out of nowhere, But there's one by my house. It's called the Pickle Bar. So they have these covered courts outside, and inside is like a social area. They got couches and a bar and all
Do
this.
they serve picklebacks?
I'm sure they do. They do serve alcohol in there. But any time of the day you drive by there, I think they open at like 9 a.m., the parking lot's full.
I bet it is.
They're making money hand over fist over there.
And you can play it drunk too. I don't know if I'd want to play tennis drunk, but you can play.
It's like a
drunk.
ping pong paddle, isn't it? And then a tennis ball is used. Is that right?
It's like a wiffle ball.
It's like a wiffle ball almost, but maybe slightly bouncier than a wiffle ball. So you use a ping pong paddle to play tennis with a wiffle ball.
Well, it's a lot bigger than a ping pong paddle, but it's kind of the same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Big ping pong paddle, yeah.
Yeah, and the ball is smaller than like a baseball wiffle ball. And I think it's a little harder, too.
Yeah, but it's bouncier, right?
Yeah, bouncier.
Baseball. Yeah.
And the I guess the court is smaller, too.
Than tennis, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller.
Yeah, you don't have to run around as much, and the ball doesn't move as fast. It's basically tennis for people that don't want to run around.
Yeah.
So it's tennis for lazy people?
Yes, for tennis for people.
I mean, you still have to run a little bit, but not anywhere close to like tennis.
You get a good workout from it, but
Yeah.
you don't have to be like limber like you do for tennis.
Yeah, it's for people who can't play tennis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't play tennis worth a shit. Never have, so. Ping pong I used to be able to play pretty good, but I haven't played that in forever.
last time I played ping pong was against Traveling Fools.
Ping pong games where the guy is like 10 foot away from the table, he's changing the ball back.
So they play
That's crazy, dude. Yeah.
China, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good Lord, man. That is just amazing.
I have seen that shit, dude. It's fucking. So I went to this event, right? And it was it's like the YouTube of China. It's called Bilibili. It's a streaming. It's a site just like YouTube. And I'm on it. And they had this thing for like some creators on it at the headquarters, which is here. And they invited me to go. And I don't know why the fuck they invited me to go to this. It was like a ping pong tournament for the different creators, right? And some people were good and some people were really good. And then there was me. But anyway, so this woman was practicing, right? And I thought she was one of the competitors. And she was but easily it was the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. This little, 20-something woman. And turns out she was the referee. She's like on the China national ping pong team. Because I walked up in there and I'm watching her like practice shots. And I'm like, I'm going to leave right now. This is fucking, like, what are we doing? Like, did you invite me here to embarrass me? Like, this is ridiculous. It turned out she was one of the referees. Now, I still got my ass handed to me, of course, because it's fucking the ping pong tournament in China. But yes, this woman was like, it was the craziest shit I've ever seen. I was like, this is fucking out of control.
Y'all needed.
I'm guessing, Slim, I bet you're good at billiards. I bet you're good at pool.
I actually used to make money doing that.
Did you really? You were a hustler, huh?
Yeah, I could see
Every
Slim
day
leaning over the
hustling,
table with a
hustling.
cigarette hanging out of his mouth. I can see that.
I could
We
too.
got to play sometime. If we ever meet up in person, Slim, we got to play.
Was 9-ball or 8-ball your game there, Slim?
I preferred 9-ball just because it went by quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you win more money faster, right?
Well, I mean, when I say I got into it seriously, like I have 4 of my own cues.
Nice.
Wow, man. Okay.
Damn.
You correctly tabbed him on that one there.
Yeah, you know, when you see somebody walk in with a cue, it's like, well, do you want to fuck around and find out?
Now, I don't want to brag, but I used to be a world-class ping pong player.
There you go.
When I was a kid growing up, I had a ping pong table in my room.
No kidding.
Well,
Yeah.
When we went to that Clemson game, I couldn't tell because Traveling Pools was slaughtering all comers.
Yeah, well, I gave him a game. At the Clemson to Miami game, we rented a lake house near Clemson, and the Miami guys came down, Traveling Fools and Slim and Slim's. That was your uncle?
Yeah, my aunt and uncle.
Yeah, and Hufferbilly Paul was there, and me and Mrs. Peete. Anyway, they had a ping pong table in the basement there, and so we got some ping pong action going on. Now that was the first time I had played ping pong in probably 20 years. But Traveling Fools is good. He did beat me, but it wasn't a beat down. It was close.
Well, no, the first game wasn't a beat down. All the rest of them were.
Yeah. I think that's on video somewhere. Live streamed it.
I don't know. Did we live stream it? I
Yeah.
know we were live streaming at one point, but I was so drunk, I don't remember.
Yeah.
He's got a habit of firing up live streams when I'm drunk. What's up with that? We're at Pigeon Forge sitting on the balcony, and he just hands me his phone. I think he's getting something. I didn't realize that he was live. I'm sitting there just rambling on incoherently.
That's okay.
Yeah. I ain't mad about it. Just pointing out a pattern.
So, what else did you do in Japan, Felicia?
Yeah, we were just hanging out. You know, we have Shanghai has a sister club over there that we're friends with called the Urawa Red Diamonds. And so we went up and met with a bunch of their fans and just got drunk. You know, they have cool little, you know, you've been to a Japanese restaurant, right? Where you go in and you sort of take your shoes off and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, where you sit down on your knees or whatever.
Yeah. But in Japan, it's a little bit more intense, right? But they got good stuff, man. I mean, you know, Japan's a country. It's like Germany, right? Where everything is everything is meticulous and high quality. The food's really good. The drinks are good, and everyone. I mean, it's pretty expensive, but it's cool. So we were just hanging out with the Japanese guys, and then you know my Chinese friends who live out there, and they were kind of showing us around. And man, just some really good craft beer. They have really good craft beer. And one of the guys owns the place. And so we had a big night with it was probably like 30 Japanese, maybe 15 Chinese, maybe 20 Chinese and me. And we're just in there just getting drunk, drinking beer, talking about soccer and just hanging out, man. And we stayed out till like 3 a.m, maybe later than that. Just having a great time, man. It was a lot of just hanging out, good vibes, and then the soccer. It was more focused on that. And then the last day, we just kind of walked around Tokyo for the day. I'd been to Tokyo once before that, but just going around checking it out. They have, you know, like they have these like giant buildings that are like 7 stories, and it's all just like AV, like adult videos and like this crazy. I just wanted to go in and see it. They have all like this fucking crazy sex toys. It's funny as fuck to look at.
Japanese sex toys. All right.
Dude, it's the shit. I don't even know who comes up with this shit. I'm looking through all these different gadgets. I'm like, who is sitting around thinking this shit up? Like, this is fucking next level. But it was fun. But yeah, the city's cool and like everything's good there. Like I say, it's a little bit more demure and laid back than China. It's a little quieter. Like China's like real. Everyone's super, you know, warm, welcoming. Everybody wants to hang out with. Everyone's talking and everything like this. Japan's a little bit more like keep to yourself kind of vibes than China is, but the people are still really cool. Yeah. So I don't know. I was just hanging out and soaking it all in and getting some and drinking a lot. So,
So what were the sex toys like?
Dude, I can't even describe the shit we do. All sorts of. I mean, half of it, I had to like look at it and try and figure. I was like guessing what the fuck you'd use it for. Like it was like, I don't even know, man. All sorts of different battery-powered, solar-powered stuff, and then
solar-powered.
Solar-powered? What the?
I guess I don't know, man. Dude, you got like all these because you know, like you have all these different porn stars. I'm gonna get you canceled here, Pete. But you got all these different porn stars, right? Because they have a lot of porn stars. You've heard of Japanese porn. And they'll have the picture of the woman, and then they'll have like this epoxy or not epoxy, but this sort of like whatever material they use to take a mold of her, lady parts, and then you can like choose the woman you want, and then there's like a little torso that's with her mold. It's shit like that.
Wow.
Yes.
And they got a toy that runs on the wind.
Dude,
a wind powered vibrator.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised.
The Clitter Obliterator 5000.
Well, in Amarillo, Texas, yeah.
Well, the Japanese do make good electronics, so I'm sure they're top notch.
I don't know.
I mean, America does the same thing, though, Volusia, don't they? I mean, there's a lot of porn stars that do the same thing as far as molding their lady parts, as you say. Yeah. Selling them.
It's funny. We went
molds. Yeah.
When we were in Vegas. We went to the Hotel Casino Rio to eat. There was a restaurant in there, oyster bar that we went to eat at. So that's the reason we went there. Anyway, right next to it was this adult superstore. This thing was bigger than a Walmart. It was huge, and it said on the sign they had porn theaters in there, which I thought was something from the 80s. I didn't even know that was still a thing. Do you know how down bad you got to be to sit in a porn theater? Boy.
Yeah, really.
You know how down bad you got to be to get a job as a janitor in a porn theater?
Yeah, the guy who cleans up the jizz. Yeah.
Oh.
How'd you like to put that on your resume? Former jizz cleaner at the film warehouse in Vegas.
If I was the jizz cleaner, I'd just walk in there with a fire hose and just fucking spray everything.
That's gotta be what they do. I mean, no one's down there scrubbing it with a fucking toothbrush. Come on.
There's some guys walking around with a fucking pressure washer.
So no, just put a big ass drain at the front, have it all slowed down, and just hose it on there.
God, that's so gross.
Oh man, that is gross as hell.
Anyway, I do want to go to Japan. We had planned on going once my oldest son graduated, which is next year. But we looked into plane tickets and a hotel and like the whole thing. For a family of four, it probably cost $15,000 to go for 4 or 5 days.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because we weren't looking into going to Tokyo. We were looking into going to Okinawa.
Yeah, see, I'd want to go to Tokyo.
Well, Okinawa is going to be way different. I mean, that's an island. That's not of course, Japan is all islands, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she wants to go because, I've told the story before. My wife's been training in Okinawa karate for 25 years. So she wants to, take a trip to Okinawa, obviously.
I would say do Osaka instead of Okinawa.
Yeah, I'd want to go to... Isn't Tokyo the largest city in the world?
Yep.
It's Tokyo or Shanghai. It's one of us.
Yep.
Pretty sure it's Tokyo.
Yep.
Population-wise.
Shanghai too. Yeah.
How was the food's got to be amazing there too, Volusia, isn't it?
I mean, it is awesome. Like I said, I like China for food, for sure. But Japan is really good, man. The seafood in Japan is fucking top notch, man. It's really.
Yeah, they ain't got no General So in fucking Japan.
Well, they don't have that in China either. So.
Well, I know in Japan they love that shark fin soup.
The what?
Shark fin soup.
I didn't see that, but I guess I didn't look for it. Also, I can only like half read Japanese anyway, so.
So did you eat an octopus while it was still alive?
I did not, although I had some dead octopus though.
Yeah, I've had octopus before. It's good.
What were the toilets like?
Oh, they all have bidets. It's sick. It's so good. Even like in the airports and train stations and even the subway stations, dude. Yeah.
That's what I heard. Yeah, they all have.
Dude, look, bidets are great. I don't get some people's like who are weird about bidet. Dude, I don't want to fucking sit there and toilet paper sucks, man. Like bidets are.
I have a problem with cold water bidets.
No, they're not. They have warm water. Yeah, no, that would be no.
Don't they also?
Cold water bidets.
Don't they also have that the sink is on top of the toilet so it recycles the water when you wash your hands?
That's not that common. I don't really see that.
Guys, I got to run again. I got a new couch coming.
Yeah.
All right,
They have
Scott.
those kind of sinks in some people's apartments to save water. But that's
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think bidets should be standard everywhere.
Dude,
I'm with you.
It's so much better. Like, and some people will be like, "Oh, I hate it. It's gay." I'm like, dude, it's not a cock. It's water, dude. It's not a fucking thing. Like, I don't.
How is it gay?
Yeah, there's nothing gay
If
about it.
your only experience is a cold water bidet, I can understand somebody being turned off by a little experience. I mean, unless you're trying to wake up first thing in the morning, which it will do.
No, yeah.
Well,
That's gotta be way worse than the cold shower, dude.
Yeah, that wakes you
Oh
up.
my god.
Yeah, that.
So, like, yeah, they have bidets in Korea too, although not as like in Japan they're everywhere. In Korea they're common. In China they have them, but they're not that common, unfortunately. I wish they were, but they're not.
I've never used one, but everyone that I've talked to that used one says, once you use one, it's a game changer.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm with you. I mean, it doesn't seem sanitary to use paper to wipe your ass. You're just kind of like smearing stuff around,
It sucks, man.
Yeah.
But we're just used to it. But it sucks.
One of the main reasons.
Oh, Slam, you're breaking up real bad.
But dude, Pete, if you come to Japan, if you come all the way out here, you got to go to China too. You got to do both. Korea you can skip, but you got to come to China too.
Yeah. I'm thinking probably in the next 4 or 5 years, maybe me and Mrs. Peete we'll go out there by ourselves.
Yeah. Do Japan, do like Tokyo, go check out Osaka, come to Shanghai. If you want to do like Beijing and some of the historical shit, you can do that too. It's cool. And then you're good. You don't have to do the entire, you don't have time to do the entirety of both countries, obviously. But definitely if you come to Japan, you gotta do China too.
Well, I would like to go to Shanghai, but we might be at war with you then.
That's not going to happen. Jesus.
I hope not.
No, I don't even think Trump can fuck it up that bad.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Well, I mean, this is just me personally. I'm taking Traveling Fool's advice. I'm sorry, I'm not going to China.
Yeah, hopefully the only war we get to is a trade war. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also bad, but that's only temporary as well.
Yeah, I agree. The two countries have too much to gain off of each other for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And both of them know it. They'll sit there and flame each other in the media, and they're shaking hands under the table. We all know this.
What about Iran? Do you think we're about to go to war with Iran or?
No.
What?
That's more likely. That's way more likely than China.
But why would you say that, Vic?
Yes, because things seem to be heating up between us and Iran.
Well, we've been about to go to war with Iran for 30-something years.
Right, yeah.
So.
Well, if Lindsey Graham had his way, we would be at war with them. But he doesn't.
Well, if it was up to Lindsey Graham, we'd be at war with like 5 different countries right now.
Yeah. Well, at 5.
Well, I don't know. I just heard Trump say that Iran, might try to kill him, that he's left contingency orders.
Yeah, but the thing about that, Vic, is Trump says a lot of stupid ass bullshit, and whether or not you listen to him is on you.
Well,
yeah.
There's a lot of people that want Trump gone. There's no doubt about that. I don't know why he's prioritizing Iran.
I don't know that. Look, I think our allies want him gone more than our enemies because he's nicer to our quote unquote enemies than our allies most of the time. So I don't think it's Iran. I don't think Iran gives much of a shit.
Hibachi, I think. Do they even use that word term in Japan?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that's an American thing.
I can tell you, look, there's no General Tso's chicken or orange chicken or any of that bullshit. There's no crab rangoons in China. I can tell you that, but I don't know about Japan. I don't know that much about Japan.
No General Tso.
I don't believe you. I don't think the fine people of Mandarin Walk would lie to me.
Say again?
Said I don't think the fine people at the Mandarin Walk would lie to me.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're telling you that it exists in China. They're telling you that you'll like it, and if you do, then it's good.
Well, I mean, but the restaurant is run by Chinese people, though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They sell it in America to Americans who like it. They wouldn't sell it in China because they wouldn't make any money.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just completely ignoring the fact that they got 4 Guatemalans working in the kitchen. But
Now, do they have orange chicken?
No.
No? What? All right. Now you're ruining my day. What do they have that's on a traditional American Chinese list?
So Kung Pao chicken exists, though it tastes better here, way better. But it does exist. It's made totally differently, but it does exist. They do like fried rice and fried noodles. That is a thing.
So they do have shrimp fried rice?
Yeah.
Shrimp fried rice?
Yeah. What about?
They don't say it like that, but yeah.
Oh, they don't?
Yes.
What kind of noodles do you have? Do you have like lo
Every
mein?
kind you can imagine. But
Yeah, lo mein, yeah.
Yeah. Lao mian, yeah, chow mian. Yeah, of course. But yeah, they also have like a lot of the glass noodles. They have like the flat noodles. They have, man, all sorts of different shit, man. Any kind of noodle you can imagine, dude. Yeah.
So it's not lo mein. It's actually lo mein.
Lao mian and man. Lo mein, I think, is probably Cantonese because most of the original immigrants to the U.S. were from Guangdong, so they Cantonese and Fujian. So that's why a lot of the stuff on those menus is translated into Cantonese instead of Mandarin.
All that is it's egg noodles, right?
No.
What is it?
No. So it's lao mian is noodles cooked in noodles are obviously cooked in water, right?
Yeah.
But in lao mian, they take the noodles. It's the way it's supposed to be. They take the noodles out of the water and serve them on the plate, but without the soup. Most of the time when you get noodles in China, it's going to be in a soup, right?
Yeah.
And then chow mein or chow mian is they actually take it out of the soup and then they stir fry it. Lo mein is not stir fried. It's just like boiled in the soup, cooked, and then they put other stuff in it.
Yeah,
chow
vegetables and pork and
that way. But most of the time in China, when you get noodles, it's in the soup itself. It's in a bowl with soup in it and other stuff or whatever.
all I know is when I call them and I say, I want some shrimp fried rice, they go, shrimp fried rice? I go, yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah, right. Oh, and they don't have it in those little white and red boxes. That's
No?
not a thing either. No.
Oh, man.
And no fortune cookies. They don't even know what the fuck that is.
What? Well, I could figure that much. But what do they put it in if they don't put it in a little, I don't even know what you call
So
it,
if you
box?
get it at the restaurant, if you just eat at the restaurant, it's in a regular bowl. If you get it delivered, it's in a like a plastic takeaway bowl or a box. Like a plastic, usually a plastic bowl or plastic box.
Well, that's a good question. When you went to Japan, is ramen a big thing there? Is that another American lie?
But it's not. It's Japanese ramen. It's not like instant noodles ramen.
No,
You
yeah,
understand that?
no. I mean, it's pretty popular here to have like ramen bars where you're supposedly getting authentic Japanese ramen when you go in there. You know, they'll charge you $12 for a bowl of ramen. But
I had it one morning. Well, it was like 11 a.m. The shop opened at 11 a.m. and we were lying. There was a line out the door, so we lined up, and it was really damn good, dude. It was really damn good. Yeah. Yes, they have ramen, and it's good as shit. Now, I like the sashimi a lot. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like the raw fish.
Yeah, raw.
Yeah.
Sushi.
That shit is so good, dude. No, sushi is rolled up in rice, like a roll, right?
Well, I mean, I see what you're. Yeah, sashimi is just the meat.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but it's all sushi to me.
Now, Oh, that's good, man. It's so good. It's so fresh, man. It's like they have rules on the way they store it and how fresh it has to be. It can only be like a few hours old. Like it's fucking, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure it is good. I love raw fish. Well, most of them anyway.
It's good. Really good. Now, I tried, like, it's like anything else, man. I mean, I've had Japanese food in China, not as good as in Japan. I had Chinese food in Japan, and it was weird, and it just sucked compared to what you get in China. But of course it does, right? Like that's it. They change. Every country changes the cuisine a bit to fit the local taste because that's how they make money. Same way, like McDonald's is all different in those countries as well.
Yeah.
As in the U.S. Because otherwise, if they sold the same stuff, they wouldn't make money. So.
Have you ever had sashimi beef, like steak?
Yeah. Well, I've had carpaccio or what do you call the fucking raw beef though? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sashimi style. No.
Y'all eat raw beef?
They do. Yeah. It's not. I'm not a big fan. I mean, I like my steak like medium rare, which is, medium rare, but fully raw. I can't.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't really want that either. But people do it, right? What do you call steak tartare? That's the word.
Yeah, steak tartare.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of it either, personally.
Steak tartare. Yeah.
Yeah, just put a strip of uncooked beef. No.
I mean, I'll do that occasionally. Just throw a steak on the grill and sear it and pull it off and eat it.
Yeah, but that's better than just eating it completely raw. You wouldn't eat a steak completely raw.
Yeah.
I mean, beef you can get away with, but that's the only one.
Right.
Yeah. You don't want chicken tartare. You're dead.
Dude. I don't know. Some people, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
I don't know. I mean, to Vic's point earlier, I've seen this video of this chick in China eating an octopus that was still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it stuck its tentacle in her eyeball.
It stuck to her eye. Yeah.
Almost pulled her eyeball out of her head.
You can do that. You can do it with seafood. I'm not a fan of that, but you can do that. With seafood, yeah.
Yeah, do they have bat tartare in China?
They
Raw
do
bat.
They do not.
Yeah, do they have pangolin tartare?
Pangolin tartare.
Well, I mean, just like you have, people here eating weird shit like, sauteed raccoons' assholes on a stick. You got people over there eating weird shit too. I mean, that's everywhere.
I know that one. That's a Carlin joke. I like that. Very good.
That is a Carlin joke.
Yeah, Nate.
Yeah, I got you, Vic. Thank you.
Yeah, sauteed raccoon's assholes.
But the thing is, sauteed raccoon assholes on a stick is actually probably a real thing.
Yeah, and so is people in China eating fucking bats.
Oh man, I've never seen anybody.
Like you have small pockets of people that eat weird shit everywhere.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Like that's not an American thing.
That accurately describes it. True. I'm sure there's some weirdos eating bats. I'm obviously right.
Like I don't think there's huge numbers of people in America eating sauteed raccoons assholes, but there's bound to be somebody.
Okay, so you've never had fried bat on a stick?
No, I've never seen that.
Okay. Have you been to Wuhan?
Yeah, bunch. Actually. Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times.
And no one
Wuhan is too fucking hot, man. God damn. Wuhan is being in dude, I was there in the summer last year. It's like being in fucking it's not like Phoenix. It's like, what do they say? Kansas City is, what did Ichiro say? Hot as rats, whatever. It's just, God, it's awful. The heat there is so bad. But it's an okay town, I guess.
Yeah, buffalo bat wings. I'd try that.
Sure, fuck it.
Yeah, fry some bat wings.
Buffalo sauce on anything, and it's probably edible.
Yeah, put some of that mango habanero sauce that Buffalo Wild Wings has on their wings and put it on a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they say you put butter and bacon on a fucking turd, it's probably edible.
Yeah, dip it in some blue cheese.
Now I'll pass on the blue cheese, thanks.
You don't like blue cheese?
No, it's not my thing.
Dressing.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah, I like blue cheese dressing. I don't like blue cheese cheese.
Well, that's what we're talking about. We're talking the dressing. Yeah.
Oh, not like blue cheese crumbles.
Yeah. No.
I'm not. Hot take. I'm not a fan of pimento cheese either.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
That's blasphemous.
Yeah, I'm not.
Whatever. Hey, guess what? I lived in South Georgia and I didn't like boiled peanuts.
Yeah.
You don't like. You're the first person I've ever met that says you don't like boiled peanuts.
Well, I used to. I mean, it's one of those things where, yeah, you ever ate so much of something that you got sick of it?
No. I mean, I can't think of anything.
Got tired of them.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'll eat them. I'll eat boiled peanuts, but I mean, I prefer roasted peanuts. But yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am with them.
Well,
I'll eat them, but
I stand corrected. There's like 5 people in the chat saying they don't like boiled peanuts either.
I don't really like.
see.
I guess I'll eat.
So not so hot take then.
But
Get off my
Boiled
back.
peanuts,
yeah,
boiled
I'll
peanuts
eat.
are a common appetizer in China. They do have boiled peanuts
I'll
in
eat
China.
like a whole cup of them, but I mean, I'll.
Oh, do they prepare them different in China than they do here?
I don't think so.
I mean, really, it is just like a bunch of salt and boiling a peanut.
Yep.
Well, then
It's
how
an
you-
appetizer. You get it like but they serve them like cold, and you get them on the plate, and then the shell's on, and you just deshell it and eat it like that. They'll serve that.
Well, see, and-
like normal.
And that's part of the reason. Like, me and my wife tend to cook with either very little salt or no salt. So I tend to shy away from things that are real salty these days.
Yeah, I don't really like salty foods either. Yeah.
I don't use a lot of salt
Probably why
either,
I don't
but
have high blood pressure like a bunch of people in my family.
I make an exception for boiled peanuts. I could eat a whole fucking pound of them in one sitting.
No, I can't.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah, I'll eat a few, but I can't eat a whole cup.
And I like them spicy too, like Cajun style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, see, that's something else that's just kind of changed over time. Like, my acid reflux got so bad I have to stay away from spicy foods, even though I love them.
Yeah, take a Prilosec, you'll be all right.
Yeah, well, now Prilosec I never tried. Now I used to pop Tums like candy, which may turn into a problem.
Yeah, Prilosec, you take one and it lasts 24 hours. It's superior to Tums.
Well, in many regards, because Tums is just basically pure calcium.
And magnesium, yeah.
So I'm probably going to have a problem with kidney stones at some point.
Yeah, that's an issue.
I mean, it's easy to say, just take your Prilosec, man. I've never been good at remembering to take medicine, even when I was like actually prescribed medicine.
Well, like if I know I'm going somewhere like a Super Bowl party or I don't hardly ever take it, but if I know I'm going somewhere where I'm about to throw down and eat a bunch of hot shit, I'll take one before I go, so that I'm not sorry later.
Yeah, because waking up choking on stomach acid is not a pleasant experience.
Oh, bro, definitely not.
No.
Acid reflux sucks, dude.
We ate at this oyster bar in Vegas. Big Al's Oyster Bar. Damn, it was good. You like oysters?
Sorta.
Sorta?
Depends on my mood, I guess.
I mean, yeah, they're okay, but yeah.
Like, I'll eat a couple. I'm not gonna sit there. I'm not gonna gorge on oysters though. Like, I'm not gonna eat a dozen. I'll eat like 3.
Exactly. I'll eat a few. Yeah, just like boiled peanuts. I'll have a few. So.
You can't. They're like potato chips. You can't just have 1 or 2.
I don't know.
Well, I guess me and Volusia can.
But we got these. We got oysters Rockefeller, which were amazing. We got regular, just raw oysters, which were also good. And then I ordered New Orleans style oysters, like barbecue oysters.
Barbecue.
They were like spicy. They had some kind of barbecue on them and cheese. Oh, damn, they were good.
That's good.
Yeah, what?
I see my wife won't eat raw oysters. She's like, I can't. She's like, I just can't deal with the texture. I'm like, really?
Well, you're not supposed to chew it.
I mean, I ain't gonna get into it. I was like, you swallowed basically the exact same thing. Don't lie to somebody else.
What is?
Damn.
What is Rockefeller oysters?
Oysters Rockefeller? Well, they're... Here, I'll show you. Well, first of all, they're not raw. They're cooked.
No.
A lot of different places make them a different ways. But they have like spinach on them, cheese, breadcrumbs, I think. Let's see here.
Cheese and breadcrumbs.
Cheese makes everything better. Like cheese, butter, and bacon can literally make anything on the planet better.
Yeah, so what it is basically is it's a steamed oyster topped with creamy spinach and breadcrumbs. That's what it is.
So it doesn't have cheese.
No cheese. Well, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes people do put cheese on them. But
Right. I just on the restaurant. Okay.
I see. I like, everybody's had some form of cheese on chicken before, but like something about a slice of cheese on a chicken sandwich is just gross to me.
really?
I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's just one of them things.
Some people don't like pickles on them either. Like, Chick-fil-A puts the pickles on the chicken sandwich.
Oh, dude, it's not complete without the pickles.
That's what I'm saying. Give me extra pickles.
Yeah, I love pickles.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'll just the 2 pickle slices is fine. But to each their own, I guess.
Shit. Give me 16. I don't give a shit.
Pickled pig's feet? No, shit. Yeah.
Now, see, I annoy my wife because when I say I like pickles, I like dill pickles on certain things, and I like bread and butter pickles on certain things.
That's fine. Yeah, it's perfectly. I don't feel like that should be controversial. That's fine.
I get these spicy pickles. They're called Wicked. Wickles is what they're called. Wicked pickles. They call them Wickles. And it's really just, I think it's bread and butter chips, but they put in the jar with it, they put these hot chilies and hot peppers. It's really spicy, but I can sit down with a fork and just eat them right out of the jar. Eat like 100 of them.
I mean, Belushi, you say it shouldn't be controversial, but in my family, it apparently is.
Okay. Well, I mean, look, pickles aren't my favorite thing. I don't like them as much as most people probably, but I mean, come on. I'm sure the Wicked pickles are probably really damn good.
They are good.
I know some folks that make their own pickles, and they're all pretty much universally good, as long as they know what they're doing.
I mean, there's not really much to it. You just put them in the jar with the mix and just leave them in there for like 6 months, right?
Pretty
much.
Yes.
Put him in.
I don't think it takes quite that long, but
yeah, put him in the mason jar.
now what may be what Pigskin Pete and Mrs. Pete and it may be a fan of, because I know I am, is you can pickle things in vodka too.
Okay.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, right?
Can you pickle things in rum?
I'm sure you can.
Probably.
I don't know how good it would be, but you could.
Yeah, it probably
I don't know,
tastes like
man.
shit.
I got some rum that'd probably be pretty fucking tasty if you pickled some shit in it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, see, P. Digits knows. He says, yeah, Wicked pickles are delicious. They are. Does anybody eat avocados?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll eat avocados.
Yeah, definitely. They're good. Guacamole, man, is great. Come on.
Yeah, I like guacamole.
Yeah, see, I'm not big on guacamole.
Guacamole on a burger is good.
On a burger?
It's good, dude. Don't knock that. Dude, that is best burger I've ever had guacamole on it. Shit is good.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, man, it's good. No, I like avocados for sure. Avocados can be on a lot of stuff. They're good.
Well, if we have a trade war with Mexico, we won't be getting them anymore. So.
Apparently. I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing with that.
Yeah, add that to a list of things that ain't gonna happen because Mexico, they'll bow down like a good bitch, like everybody else.
Yeah. They'll help to secure their borders. Yeah.
You notice Colombia backed down in like 7 seconds flat.
Yeah. Yeah, they even sent their own plane to pick their people up. Yeah.
That's right.
What?
Oh yeah. When all that shit went down with Colombia, when they said they wasn't going to take any of these deportation flights, Trump handled that in about 7 seconds, and they even went as far as sending some of their own planes to come pick their people up.
Oh. A runny egg on a burger. No, I can't do that. That's called a hangover burger.
I'm not huge on runny eggs, man. Like, I like fried eggs, but I don't like runny.
Yeah, runny, no.
Yeah, like a little bit of, yeah, a little bit. They don't need to be all the way done through, but I don't want it all spilling out all over the place.
Now, has anybody here ever had duck eggs?
Yeah, of course. Hell yeah.
I've had duck eggs. Yeah.
Duck eggs are great.
I've had duck,
Yeah, they're
but not the
I've
egg.
had that too, but
Here's one for you. Quail eggs.
nope.
yeah.
Good.
Boy, how many quail eggs does it take to make an omelet? Like 100? Those things are tiny.
They do it in hot pot. Y'all know hot pot, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Where you cook the food in the soup, like the Chinese stuff. Quail eggs it's at every restaurant. You pop it. They make the hot pot will come. Usually someone does it. They'll do it like half spicy soup and half will be like a mushroom soup or whatever. So you can choose which one if you want it spicy or not. And then you pop the quail eggs into the spicy soup, let them cook for a minute, and just eat them. They're not very big, right? You just eat them whole. It's good. It's really good.
Well, I mean,
But to your point, it takes about 20 quail eggs to make an omelet.
yeah.
I wouldn't make an omelet with it. You just eat it you just eat them.
Well, I mean, what do they taste like compared to chicken eggs?
Not too different.
Yeah.
I mean, duck eggs aren't drastically different. They're just, they're richer.
Yeah, they're also bigger. Yeah.
I've had quail too, and it's too gamey for me.
Well, if it's gamey, it's because it wasn't seasoned right. You can season the gamey out of it. You
Yeah,
can season out of anything.
to stop eating the duck eggs. They gave me the runs, but
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta go in here and get the little one.
I also had Wild Rabbit, this restaurant we went to down in Charleston a couple of years ago.
It's okay.
Blue Ridge Mountain Rabbit is what they called it. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, rabbit's okay. Yeah, it works.
Now, if I were to kill a rabbit and cook it myself, I would have no idea how to cook it. I guess you cook it like everything else, but
yeah, you can grill it. You can
yeah, grilled rabbit.
yeah.
I thought it was funny they put on the menu like where the rabbit was from, like that matter. I don't know. Does the rabbit taste different in the Blue Ridge Mountains than it does in my backyard?
They would tell you yes, but certainly almost not.
Probably not, right? I guess it depends on what the rabbit eats.
I mean, all right. These grass-fed rabbits or grain-fed.
No, like whatever they eat in the wild. Like whatever they eat in the wild.
Rabbit, dude.
Like
I
they
want a carrot-fed rabbit.
like carrot-fed
I don't want those fucking nasty turnip-fed rabbits. All right.
like
I want a carrot.
the thing is like people eat bear, and apparently some people say bear is nasty, some people say it's really good, but it depends on what they're eating. Like bear that eat a high diet of like blueberries, like wild blueberries or wild berries, supposedly tastes really good. But bear that eats a fucking dead deer that's been dead on the side, on the side of the road for 2 weeks, that might not taste so good.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, aren't they supposed to eat salmon? I don't know what kind of bear we're eating here, I guess. So.
I guess like black bear. I don't know either. I think black bear is what I'm talking about.
Probably right.
Fool says he's had Wildcat before.
I think he's making a vagina joke.
Do you mean Wildcat or Wild Cat?
A wildcat just means it's a homeless, a stray cat. You're eating stray cats?
I think he's making a vagina joke.
Do you mean?
Oh.
Straight? I mean like, yeah.
Well,
or bobcats.
No, I know he lived in Thailand for a long time. I know what the fuck he's talking about.
he probably did eat a cat for real. If he lived in Thailand for a while.
I don't think that's what he's talking. I reckon that's not. He can say if I'm right or wrong about this. I don't think that's what he's talking about.
George has a friend who raises rabbits. Of course you do.
Right. Speaking of which, gator is not bad to eat.
Oh, gator's great. I mean,
It's not amazing, but it's okay.
it doesn't really have much of a flavor at all, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of bland.
Yeah, gator bites are good.
Yeah, I mean, you deep fry anything, it tastes good. But if you just eat, if you were to like grill gator, it doesn't really have that much of a flavor at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here he is.
You know, talking about gator nuggets?
Yeah. Gator tacos.
Gator tacos. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, okay. Can you like shred the gator meat and make it less chewy?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Have you never ate gator?
I have.
Oh, he's a Florida man. Of course he has.
Yeah, I definitely have.
I have a bunch of times.
I don't like eating reptiles. I've eaten rattlesnake, eaten frogs, eaten gators. I just don't like it. Some about reptiles is just weird.
Turtles aren't bad. Turtles aren't bad.
Turtle soup. No, thanks.
Oh, it's pretty good, dude.
I'll stick to my fucking Campbell's tomato soup.
Never had turtle.
Turtle, okay. I guess it depends on what kind of turtle, but
My brother-in-law has a 7-foot rattlesnake in his freezer right now that he killed.
Mm-hmm. I went to a barbecue one time, and we're sitting there. We're all about, drunker than 5 Indians, not 10. But, we're about halfway there, and we're sitting there. Everybody's cooking out, and this buddy starts passing out this meat, and he's like, here, try this. I'm like, damn, that's good, smoked, all this stuff. Here, you want another bite? I take another bite. And he's like, yeah, I ran it over this morning. It's a rattlesnake. And I look on the grill. There's this big fucking snake all plowed out across. I'm like, whoa.
that might be okay.
I've never had rattlesnake that way, but I have had rattlesnake that was turned into sausage.
Ugh, disgusting.
Ooh. Now, I've never had rattlesnake, but my brother-in-law claims it's delicious. But, of course, he's insane. So, you got to consider the source type thing.
What makes your brother-in-law insane?
Well, you've never met him. How much time do you have?
I was going to say probably that he married into Pete's family.
Yeah. I mean, he's a really good dude, but he's certifiably insane.
I mean, you want to get into insane, we can talk about the family Pete married into.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Misery loves company, right? Isn't it? I'm just kidding. Oh, shit. So, Pete, did you tell VicTube yet that we're not staying at the Days Inn with him, that we're going to that fancy hotel around the corner?
I haven't had the heart to tell him yet.
Okay.
Tell me what.
I know I texted Traveling Fools 3 weeks ago to get the name of the hotel that we were staying at, and he never answered me.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I forgot. Well, you and VicTube have fun at the Days Inn. Pete and I are staying at the
Hey, I can book wherever I want. I haven't booked anything yet.
No, I guess we're going to the Days Inn. I got to book mine. Probably do it today.
Yeah, you might want to hurry up.
Well, if it runs out, I'll just have to stay at the fancy place around the corner.
I see what you're doing there.
Well, I've heard the price has already gone up from what I've heard.
It did.
Goes up, goes down. Just watch it.
Oh,
Make sure you delete, if you're looking at it on a computer, your phone, delete your cookies, because that's how those apps and those search things get you. They never drop the price. If you keep searching it, you know what I mean? They'll just leave it that or raise it on you. That's how far AI has gotten. So you have to delete the cookies on your search.
Now, see, I don't believe that because last time I looked up the flights, they were cheaper than the previous times I had looked up the flights.
Yeah, I mean, it will definitely will fluctuate, but they would do save your history, and if you keep searching for something, it'll do that to you.
Yeah. I also know I was able, like the last time I looked it up was also the first time that a nonstop flight popped up, and I hopped on that with quickness. I was like, no layovers, it's only 2 hours? What?
You already booked it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you flying first class or?
No, actually, I'm going to take Lou's advice, and he said when you get closer to it, see if you can upgrade, and a lot of times you can upgrade for cheap.
What's the airline?
I think it's Southwest, I think.
Okay. I was hoping you were going to say Spirit, and then we could say you're flying no class.
No. Listen, I'm not one of those people that has a problem if I'm not familiar with something, taking advice from people that I know are familiar with it.
Well, here's the thing. I've flown Southwest many times, and you can't there's no, like, all the seats are the same. There's no first class or business class, but what you can do is upgrade your boarding. It's first come, first serve with Southwest. You don't get assigned seats.
Yeah, they do there's like 3 different tiers.
Yeah, there's 3 different tiers. So
look, they'll be like, all right, round 1, and all these people mad rush to get the seat they want, and they're like round 2, and you got to fit in. If you're round 3,
yeah, if you're round 3, you're sitting in the back of the plane,
or between the crying baby and the 400-pound stinky person.
Yeah, well, and also, like, I didn't go for the early flight or the late flight. I went in the middle. Like, my flight's at 10:30 in the morning, I think.
Oh, cool. What time are you gonna get there? So 2:30. Chinese dentist.
Actually, no. It's only a 2-hour flight, so I'll be there. I'll be in Orlando at like 1:30.
Right. So you'll get to the hotel. That's what I meant though. About 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Depends. Like what I haven't looked up yet, and I was kind of gonna play it by ear, which may or may not be a smart idea, is figuring out how to get to the hotel. Whether either you or Peter close, or if I gotta Uber or something or whatever.
I'm leaving out Wednesday. I got a trivia night Wednesday night. I'm gonna do that. Get in my car and drive till I fall asleep. Hopefully stop before I fall asleep, but and then wake up and drive the rest of the way. So I'll be there probably by noon, 12, 1 o'clock at the hotel, and that's my goal. It's my birthday, man. I gotta be I gotta be having fun. I don't want to be driving on my birthday, so I'm gonna go ahead and drive the night before. And if I have to just pull over and sleep at a truck stop or whatever, or get a hotel or whatever, I'll just do that.
I've done it.
I told that to Mrs. Fool. She's like, I don't want to sleep at a truck stop. I was like, well, you're going to sleep the whole way there. You won't even notice. So
I've slept at rest areas, truck stops. Ain't bad.
Oh, I think we're supposed to get there. I don't know. It depends on when we leave, but probably around 2.
Yeah, probably about the same as us. We might beat you a little bit, but
yeah, because you can't check into the hotel till 4 unless they let you check in early. But
they always let you check in early. Just show up with a bunch of bags, stand there in their lobby, and even if they don't,
they'll do what they got to do to get you out of their face.
Pete knows all about it. Even if they won't let you into the room, just let them take care of your bags for a few hours.
Yeah, it works out great. I'll make sure I have my car keys with me this time.
I mean, if one of y'all are en route, I may hit one of y'all up to pick me up. And if y'all are already at the hotel, I'll just grab a cab or whatever.
Well, Slim, I'll be honest. It is close to Orlando, but it is not Orlando. And
it's like 20 minutes.
I know. Well, it's like 20, 25 miles, but that means like an hour and a half.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, you've never been to Orlando then.
Yes, I have.
I'm just telling you factually, to drive from there to Orlando during the day with the traffic is probably an hour and a half. But if I'm there and I'm going through there and you're getting done, sure, I'll pick you up.
Yeah, that's why I said if y'all are en route, I'll hit one of y'all up. If y'all are at the hotel, I'll try to Uber or something.
Just hitchhike. It'll be okay.
Or I'm sure there may be a some kind of shuttle that runs.
Maybe.
So I did go out and I bought a new GoPro for this trip. So we should get some good footage. I broke that to Mrs. Fools this morning. She's like, "Well, did you get a new camera?" Because I forgot to put the box away. I'm like, "No."
I'll never do such a thing.
She's cleaning up trash. I'm like, "No."
What kind of GoPro did you get? The newest one?
Well, that's the thing is, they just came out with the 13. I've had a 9, but they just came out with the 13. But the 13 switched batteries, and I had just bought new batteries for my 9, but the 12 takes the same batteries as the 9, so I bought the 12. It's got the same like stabilization and all that as the 13. The 13 has some new techie stuff that I probably couldn't figure out anyway. So I was like, well, give me the one that has the same battery.
You need one of those gyroscopic stabilizers that you can strap to your head or chest or something.
I've got one of those gimbal, I've got a couple of them, but they piss me off, man. You'll turn it too much and all of a sudden the goddamn thing's upside down and floating around and doing all this shit. I don't know. They always make me mad.
Well, hence why you need to bring it. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you're just as entertaining mad as Pete is.
Well, what I figure is I got 2 of these things now, so at some point when we're wandering around, I can just like hand them off to other people and let them get footage too.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
Or just set one up randomly and let it film when we're doing something, or you know what I mean, just to get that random footage. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited too.
Slim, did you buy the drink package?
Yes.
I haven't yet. I still need to do that.
What about you, Vic? Did you buy the drink package? You're gonna be drinking all that rum.
All that rum, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vic, do you need a roommate? Jay's looking for a roommate.
Yeah, I don't know if we got the drink packet. I have to ask my mom, but
I kind of doubt you got the drink package.
I don't think we did.
I'm about to say, because he was pretty toasty after facing a couple of shots.
I mean, I just need, I just need a little bit and I'm good. So.
I'm disappointed Volusia's not coming because that's his stomping grounds.
I just need a little bit. I just need a little bit to feel good.
Is Port Canaveral in Volusia County?
It's in, no, it's in Brevard, but it's the next one down.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
You got Brevard, Volusia, and then Bates County.
It's going up, Brevard, Volusia, Flagler, St. John's, Duval, Nassau.
What's Flagler named after?
Flagler.
Henry Flagler was a founder of a bunch of places in that area.
He knew it.
I know he did. That's like down there in the Keys. He did all that going down through the Keys and all that jazz too.
What's he like, the Christopher Columbus of Florida or something?
Yeah, more like the Marco Polo, but
There you go.
I thought the Spanish. I thought the Spanish discovered Florida, but
hence the Marco Polo.
Well, the Spanish definitely didn't discover Florida. There's people in Florida when they got there.
No, there really wasn't. It was only lizard people.
Oh.
Before that.
So
Just the lizard, yeah. That's where all the lizard people come from now. At least that's where it started.
So the Seminole tribe didn't exist.
no, they did. Well, I mean, it was first discovered by Europeans.
The first whites in Florida. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, whites.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the Vikings actually got there before the Spanish did. I don't know if they got all the way down to Florida, but
Yeah.
The Vikings were in Florida. They were in like Greenland, but
What?
Well, no, they got over to like Maine
like
and Massachusetts and that area too.
They were in like Newfoundland and
Yeah,
places like
yeah, Newfoundland. Yeah. I thought that was where John Cabot, was sailed to Newfoundland.
Fucking dumbass. Sorry, Vic, not you. Yeah. This motherfucker didn't turn on their turn signals. They were turning.
Yeah, I know.
Turn signal? What's that?
Yeah, fucking right.
I don't use that.
Well, are you driving in Florida?
No, I'm driving in Tennessee.
Yeah.
These fucks don't know what a turn signal is either.
Yeah.
Actually, I pretty much everywhere claims to have bad drivers. No, they're pretty much fucked everywhere.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Nobody in this fucking country knows what a turn signal is. Everybody knows how to merge into traffic.
Everywhere you go, the people who don't live there don't know how to drive.
Mm.
Well,
Here are the worst fucking drivers. What are you talking about?
Florida's pretty bad.
Florida's pretty bad.
Florida, it's just everybody does everything faster. Like, even the old ladies are going to run you down doing 80 if you're not matching speed with them.
Yeah. That is true.
I don't know, but I've got like 6 unpaid tickets from Florida. So.
Yeah, you're gonna get arrested when we go down there.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't you owe for a bunch of tolls too that you haven't paid? Now that they will come after your ass for. Florida don't play when it comes to their tolls.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Whatever that. I don't know. Whatever. They took a picture of my license plate and sent me a bill in the mail.
Oh yeah.
What's that called? The Sun Pass or whatever?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
Now, I mean, if you do a lot of driving, it's worth it because that Sun Pass is actually good in like 6 states.
Is it?
Yeah. I know it works in Georgia too.
Yeah, it reciprocates in Georgia.
I thought that was like the Peach Pass.
Yeah, well, it's the Peach Pass, the Sun Pass. It all kind of groups in.
It's all the same company that's stealing people's money, is what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, no, stealing people's money is fucking Illinois. They put goddamn tolls on interstates, which is supposed to be illegal.
Well, isn't there tolls on interstates in Florida?
No, only on the turnpike and shit, but that's not part of the interstate system.
Oh.
State of Florida paid for that. Interstate systems is federally funded. That's why it's called the Eisenhower Interstate System.
$4 for the Sun Pass. What, a month or a year?
A day, probably.
I was about to say. If it's $4 for a year, that's not bad.
And we'll all probably go to jail for unpaid parking or unpaid driving tickets while we're down there.
All right, $4 a month. That's still not terrible. If you ride, if you drive every day.
So check this out, guys. You know what I have to do tonight?
No.
All right, this is really funny. I have to host, I do like trivia nights, all that other kind of stuff. I have to host Valentine's Day speed dating tonight, and then DJ an after party. So this is going to be really, really interesting and funny. I wish I could film it.
Well, you got a new GoPro.
Well, I know, but I don't think that people want me filming them speed dating.
Well, you can just do it secretly.
There we go.
Yeah, just set it up. They won't know what it is. Valentine's speed date.
There's actually over 70 people signed up for this event.
Oh my God! There's that many people who are desperate.
I guess so, man. This is gonna be really funny. And they say the average age of the people that have signed up is 35 to 50. So this could be really interesting.
It's gonna be a lot of divorcees, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Well, I mean, like from
He's not in it. It'll be funny for him,
right? That's the thing. Me and like the owner of the bar, like we've been laughing our asses off. It's like, this is going to be hilarious to see who shows, like, who these people are that are showing up for this, because they paid. I mean, there's like it was just like $5 a person, you know, like for a ticket. But I mean, these people have already paid, so it's gonna be really interesting to see.
Yeah, what percentage of the women who sign up for speed dating on Valentine's Day are going to be attractive?
I'm kind of curious. I mean, you might be surprised.
Maybe.
I don't see why women would do it at all. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean about it, but just be sitting at the end of the bar at last call and somebody will take you home. Doesn't matter what you look like.
Yeah, I think they're looking for something more than that, though. I think that's the idea. Because I'm pretty sure most of them are aware of that.
I always considered speed dating to be like the last ditch effort. Like you're desperate at that point.
Yeah.
I've never done it, so I have no idea, but I have to host it, so at least I don't know anything about it. But I'm printing out right now, like random questions, you know, to like to put around the tables and stuff like that. So if you have like shy people who don't know how to talk to, you know what I mean? So there's no awkward if somebody sits down and they're really shy.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing awkward about it at all.
Right. Well, at least they can look at it and be like, you know, if you were a superhero, what superpower would you want or something? You know, just like some kind of bullshit you can ask.
If you were a superhero.
Well, that's all my questions are all like that. You know, it's like cheesy, weird, awkward questions. Yeah. So,
if you were a vegetable, would you be soft or crunchy or some shit? Yeah.
I got a good question for you. Are you medicated?
Well, it's at a bar, so I'm assuming most people are.
Yeah. If she's on Xanax or something, run for Z Hills.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you a fucking lunatic? How many cats do you own?
Yeah, how many cats do you have?
See, there you go. That's the question. How many cats do you own?
You're asking the important questions of that one for sure, yeah.
If it's under 7, but above 2, I mean, it's doable, but hit it and quit it. I mean, run for the hills afterwards. She'll be fun.
If the average age is between 35 and 50, there's a lot of questions. Like, how many times you've been married? How many kids do you have? Do you have a criminal record?
Yeah, are you on the lam right now?
Yeah, that's important. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have outstanding warrants?
Yeah.
That is important. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want her hitting me up for bail money on the second date.
Yeah. Have you ever been prescribed lithium?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like Slitta. Yeah, women asking Slitta for bail money. Yeah.
Oh, you know what a good question to be, fools?
What's that?
Who'd you vote for in the last election?
Oh, yeah. Well, religion, who'd you vote for?
Yeah, who'd you vote for? Who do you pray to?
Yeah.
Are you on OnlyFans? That's a good one.
Hey, man, look at what some of these people are making. I'm thinking about getting on OnlyFans. Dad bods and small rods making a comeback.
Dad bods and small rods.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, if she says she's on OnlyFans, you might not want to date her, but, I mean...
Well,
what's one night?
Earlier about the number of cats, like, she'll be fun, but get the hell away.
Yeah, that's when you have to start thinking, what actually constitutes a date?
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, if she's on OnlyFans, she ain't for you. She's for the fans.
Well, a date when you're 35 to 50 is just being in each other's presence for more than 1 minute, I think. It doesn't take much.
Yeah, going on like a his and hers colonic kind of date.
Yeah.
What?
Vandy Dandy wants to know what's wrong with being on OnlyFans. Nothing.
I mean, nothing wrong with being on OnlyFans if that's what you want to do, but what a lot of these women are finding out is guys ain't marrying some chick on OnlyFans.
Well, half of them
are all bitching about it.
Half of them are already married.
Well, yeah.
Well, for Valentine's Day for me, I have 5 10-year-olds coming over for a sleepover.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounded bad, but for my son's birthday party.
I mean, I was just going to let it go, bro, because, I mean, I know you, so I know you ain't like that, but...
Yeah.
Jokes that were running through my head right there. Like, don't say it, fools.
That sounded weird when I said it out loud, but this might even sound weirder. 5 10-year-old boys.
Yeah. But,
Oh, shit.
yeah, I knew what you meant.
Are you Catholic and I didn't know it?
Actually, yes, I am. Well,
I mean, it was the low-hanging fruit there.
Yeah, that was easy.
I mean, listen, it not only does it work for Catholicism, but if you want to make an Islam joke, it works for them too.
Yep.
hashtag cancel Pete. Yeah. Yeah. I am Catholic. Well, at least I grew up Catholic. I'm not. I'm a bad Catholic, I guess. Since I don't.
You'll be back when you get old and find out you're going to die.
Yeah. That's usually, yeah, Catholic guilt will follow you around. Yeah, I'll probably be like super religious when I'm like 70 years old.
Well, no, here's the good thing about Catholicism. You get a second chance. You can always go to purgatory.
Or confession, whichever way you'd rather. But
yeah, either one.
I've got thousands of hours of confession right here on this channel, so I don't need confession.
Yeah, but you're not confessing to a priest unless fools went through one of those.
There's a couple of priests that listen.
Seminaries.
What's his name? What's the Pastor Dave? He forgave me.
Oh yeah, Pastor Dave. I forgot about Pastor Dave.
Who is that?
He shows up in a bunch.
He's an Alabama fan who's in the comment section a lot. Yeah, he was going to renew me and Mrs. Pete's vows. Where was that supposed to be at? At
Panama City.
Yeah, at the Slob Olympics.
I'm talking about doing it in Panama City.
Yeah.
Either that or it was Alabama. I can't remember it all.
Well, he
runs
didn't.
Together.
He didn't come though. So.
Yeah, that's what all the pastors tell you.
You beat me to it.
What is a vow renewal? Like, what's the point of a vow renewal?
It's because they're bored. You do it when you're bored.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
it's just
it's one of those. It's one of those things, kind of like Valentine's Day, that because women are saps for shit like that. So it's a way to get you to spend money.
Yeah.
Dude, I totally lucked out. So I went to this place, stopped in to buy Mrs. Fool some flowers for Valentine's Day. And, of course, I go to the, local market, and they got all the cheap ones out there. Then they have like the expensive ones in the thing with all the different flowers in there and all that. And they're like $70, $60-$70, for the whole thing. And I'm looking over at the shitty, just 12 roses for $22. And then I'm over here looking at these and I'm like $80. So I started like plowing through it. And I swear there must have been the girl working for, how sometimes people will mark things down with the intention of somebody they know coming in and getting it.
Yeah.
So I look over there and it's like $17.99 and it's got the vase and all the beautiful flowers and all this stuff. And it's like right in the middle. And I look over there and I see the tag. I'm like, what the fuck? Ain't no way this is $7. The ones all around it are like $89, and there's the one in the middle that's $17.99. I was like, give me that right there.
Score.
There you go.
Yeah, I love a good deal.
Well, you did better than me because I spent about $100, but just to be funny, instead of Happy Valentine's Day, because I had it delivered to her work, so that she put it in her office. Instead of writing Happy Valentine's Day, I wrote Happy President's Day.
You know what I got Mrs. Pete for Valentine's Day?
What?
Nothing.
I vacuumed this morning.
Yeah.
Should have bought her a broadsword.
I did a couple weeks ago for our anniversary. I bought her an orchid, a blue orchid. Over under how long I could keep that thing alive.
So I was about to say you're going to kill it within a week.
I mean, I'm about to say it's probably half dead as we speak.
No, it's already been 2 weeks, still alive and healthy.
I'm going to bring you a cactus.
Yeah.
Well, I told him that. I said that since his potted plant didn't make it, he was going on about it during a game stream. I told him, get a cactus. How tall are your ceilings?
Like 10 feet.
I mean, you can get one of those like typical Western cactuses, and
Yeah, we looked them up on the show. The one that was like 18 to 24 inches tall was like $130 or something like that, which isn't terrible.
No, it's not terrible.
You know those Western cactuses like you're talking about, the ones that look like the little stick guy with the arm going up and down?
Mm-hmm.
You know they only grow in 2 parts of the world, and they're exactly opposite on the Earth, like on top and bottom, whichever way you want. Sorry, Pete, you won't understand this being a flat earther and all.
Yeah.
But they're exactly like opposite poles of the Earth, which is really cool.
That is cool.
Well, so if they grow in Arizona, what's the exact opposite side of Arizona?
Probably China. You always just say it's China.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the go-to answer.
You talking about the saguaro cactuses or whatever?
Yeah, I think that's what they're called. Yeah, the ones you always see in like the Roadrunner, and all that.
Yeah,
like
I know. I saw some of those in Singapore last time I was there, but that was at a garden, so I don't think they're native to it.
At the airport in Singapore?
No, it's not at the airport. There's another. It's called. Fuck, is it called? The airport in Singapore is sick. It's ridiculous.
It's like going to Disney World, man. You get in there and they got that waterfall and all this.
Yeah,
Holy
wow. You could just people in Singapore just go to the airport to like go shopping and hang out, even if they don't have a flight.
What? The airport's like a hangout spot?
Yeah, I think you can buy tickets just to go to the airport.
Yeah, you don't have to fly anywhere.
Was it like a Mall of America with planes?
Dude, look it up, Pete. Pull up the Singapore airport.
It's basically the Chinese. It's the Chinese airport equivalent of a Buckeyes.
Basically so.
Oh, dude, I went to my first Buckeyes when I was back in the States for Christmas. I'd never been to a Buckeyes.
I still haven't been. I've driven by a bunch of them, just never stopped.
Buckeyes is like if you think beef jerky is a religion. It's like the church of beef jerky.
I've never been there either, Pete. Hey, Pete, when we get down there, if we find a Bucky's, you and I are going, all right?
All right, we'll go. There's got to be
one either.
There's definitely one close to where we are.
It's not. Well, yeah. There's one. I went to the one in St. Augustine. There's one in St. Augustine. And there might be one in Daytona now. I don't remember.
Well, I know when you drive down I-95 into Florida from South Carolina, as soon as you cross into Florida, there's one, like immediately.
Yeah, and then you keep going south for another like half hour, and there's another one, and then there's one in Daytona now, I guess. Actually, it's on LPGA. I know where it is because we drove by it, and so that's going to be another hour down. Yeah, North Florida's got them. But yeah, I went to my first one. It was different.
Here is Singapore's airport, and you're right. This looks ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to drink alcohol in Singapore? Do they sell alcohol there?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You just can't throw your gum in the street or you go to jail.
Or you get caned.
Like you can't like smoke walking down the street. You have to go to like designated smoking areas outside and shit.
Although screw that noise. See, I'll never go to Singapore.
Japan is like that too. If you're in Tokyo, you can't smoke in the street. You have to go to.
I'm not going to Tokyo. I'm going to Okinawa.
So it has a $2 billion dome. You know what this looks like? You ever seen that? You ever seen that movie Biodome with Pauly Shore?
Oh, that's a fucking great movie.
That's what this looks like.
Oh, it's awesome, man. That's like the largest man-made waterfall in the world right there. It's like going to a theme park and you're at the airport. Singapore, you say that, Slim, about there's strict rules, like you can't, you'll get arrested for littering, or anything, but the place is so clean and so nice. You actually respect it when you're there. You're like, I don't mind going to this place to do this or doing that because it's
but see, here's the problem. It could be like that over here, but you have people like Pete who want to bitch about everything the fucking cops do. And if they threw somebody in jail for littering in the fucking street, he'd be up in arms in the middle of a protest.
Well,
That's not true.
Yeah, you would. If they threw somebody in jail for fucking littering like they do in Singapore, you'd be on here ranting for a half hour.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I don't think throwing a candy wrapper on the ground is grounds for throwing somebody in jail.
Sure.
It is in Singapore.
No, it's not. They fine you. They don't throw you in jail.
No, you'll be, shipped off to building waterfalls.
Yeah. But no, fools, you know that park with the fucking... It's close down by that weird building. It looks like it's on giant stilts. It's called Gardens by the Bay, I think it's called.
I know what I've never been, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. We went there when I was there in October, and they had the saguaros and all that stuff. But I don't think they're native there. I think it was just like a zoo for plants kind of thing.
Isn't Singapore still technically its own territory?
It's a zoo for plants. You mean botanical garden?
That. Correct. Yes.
It's a zoo. What is it? A school for ants?
So you said zoo, so Pete's gonna be protesting that next. He hates fucking zoos.
Yeah, fuck that zoo.
It's a planetarium.
Yeah, put those plants back out in the wild where they belong. Why the fuck you caging those plants?
Free the plants.
No, Slim. Singapore is a country. It's its own country.
Okay.
What is the capital of Singapore?
Yeah, well, I mean, so was Hong Kong until China said, no, you're not anymore.
It's never been its own country at any point.
It kind of was, though.
It was not at all. Hong Kong was a territory of the UK until 1997, when, after 100 years, as per the agreement, they returned it to China.
And that was the fall of the British Empire.
Yeah, that was their last territory. Well, unless you count Ireland. I mean, Ireland, they just will not seem to let the fuck go of.
Lucia, do you know what the capital of Singapore is?
It's just Singapore. It's a city state.
I know, it's a great question.
Yeah, the capital of Singapore is Singapore.
Yeah, it's literally one city country. You can drive from one end to the other in like 40 minutes.
Yeah, but that's kind of my point about Hong Kong. It was supposed to be able to govern itself as part of the agreement.
Yeah, well, it's still
and
country, two systems.
China kind of said fuck that and
they
started shooting people in the fucking streets.
20 years. They did it for 20 years and then kind of got tired of it. But it's still one country, two systems. For example, if I go to Hong Kong, it's like leaving. You have to go through immigration to leave. It's
What is the government structure in Singapore? Is it democratic or? I mean,
no.
They have
really.
No.
I mean, it kind of, but not really. No.
Singapore, I know, is a okay.
I'll be right back.
Singapore, I know, is a great example of how good an economy can be if you don't regulate it to death.
No, it's expensive as all shit. It's the most expensive city in the world to live in. But well, I mean, they regulated it in a sense. Singapore is just on the southern tip of the western peninsula of Malaysia, to answer the question in chat. But
Southeast Asia.
It's like if you go to Malaysia's two parts, the western peninsula and the very south end is Singapore. So it's anyway. The guy who started Singapore basically made he was a dictator essentially, and he made a bunch of rules, and he says, we're going to this, we're going to that, we're going to this, we're going to that, and we're going to be real strict about everything, and we're going to do exactly what I say. But he was a smart guy, and it worked in a lot of ways for most people, and so they made a bunch of money. But you can't be a dissident in Singapore. There's no there's no protesting in Singapore. It's not like that. You can't do that.
Yeah, they'll cane you.
Well, they'll arrest you. Because there was
and then cane you.
There was a soccer club in Europe somewhere. I don't think it was in England. I think it might have been in Spain, right? And a Singaporean businessman bought it. And he wasn't doing well. The team was losing. He wasn't spending money the way, fans being pissed in an owner situation, right? But the guy was from Singapore. And so I want to say they were Spanish or maybe French. I want to say they were Spanish. They went to Singapore and made signs fuck this guy, sell the team, this kind of shit on the streets in Singapore, and they got arrested. So you can't do that.
Yeah, we talked about the guy. Remember we pulled that up one time, the guy who got caned?
That's they're not gonna cane a foreign national, but probably like
for graffiti.
Yeah, graffiti.
Hey man, listen, fucking public humiliation as a punishment needs to come back. Like I'm all for them bringing back the stockades and throwing rotten lettuce and tomatoes.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
I mean, it worked for a long fucking time until some liberal come along one day and like, we can't do that to people anymore.
Well, I mean, throwing lettuce and tomatoes at people is just a waste of good produce.
I said rotten lettuce and tomatoes.
Yeah.
We're not going to throw good shit at them. Fuck that.
Is it a free country? No.
It's a bullshit term. It's a bullshit term.
Is it?
What the fuck is a free country? Like, what are you talking about? People will tell you, it's a meaningless word. Yeah. No,
well,
that's where we disagree. Freedom is not a meaningless word.
But a bunch of shit in China is legal that's not legal in America. I mean, what the fuck? It depends on what you care about. You know what I mean?
It's the freedom to do whatever you want as long as it's not hurting anyone else.
Well,
but you don't have that freedom in America either. You can't do whatever you want as long as it's not hurting anybody else, can you? No.
Well, yeah, you really can. I mean, and even some shit, like, people take it too far. Like here, you're not allowed to use your freedom to protest to block my freedom to freely travel, but people do it all the time and then wonder why they get run over in the fucking street.
Sure, that's fine. I would agree with you most of the time on that. But like, hey, I'm not free to fucking drink a beer outside in America. Am I hurting anybody by doing that? I'm not free to smoke a joint in my own house, for fuck's sake, in most places in America.
Actually, in a lot of places you are, though. Like, that's kind of the point. Like, if you don't, and once again, though, and if you don't like the way Tennessee does shit, guess what? We live in the most mobile society in the history of the world. Move out of Tennessee.
Sure.
I don't like how California does shit, so I'm not going to live in California.
Well, I think when you talk about a free, quote unquote, free country, I understand what you're saying, Volusia. It's kind of
it's a bit of a grade.
But a country where you actually have rights.
What do you mean? Like, that doesn't clear it up.
Well, it's written into the law of the country, the Constitution. If you have rights.
What do you mean by rights, though?
Okay, there is only one country in the world with freedom of speech where it is enshrined in law.
Yeah.
That you can say whatever you want.
The US does have more freedom of speech in law than any other country. Is that what we mean by a free country?
Yes, we have more freedom of speech. What's part of it?
Well, we also have more rights enshrined in law than any country in the world. And it's not even particularly close.
Yeah.
I mean, look, yes, is there a lot of freedoms in England? But they're legitimately putting people in jail for offensive posts on.
Well, I mean, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, none of those are rights anywhere else in the world.
The Third Amendment, yeah.
The Third Amendment doesn't really, okay.
Third Amendment things that you don't have to quarter soldiers, yeah.
I mean, if the Chinese people authorities wanted to come raid your apartment right now, Volusia, there's nothing you could do about it. There's no recourse.
Depends. I mean, it depends.
Well, there's no legal recourse.
There is. Depends on what it is. Depends what they do.
It depends on what.
Yeah. I
mean, they don't have to have a search warrant.
That's correct.
Right.
But then again, that doesn't mean. I mean, if there's, that doesn't mean that I'm going to be convicted in court either.
No, but they can still come in and do what they want. Like here. If they
convicted in court in China, though,
if they come knock on my door and say they want to come in, I say let me see a warrant. They don't have it. I can slam the door in their face. There's nothing they can do about it.
You don't even have to open the door for them.
Well, yeah, that too.
But I don't know if that's the case in France or Germany. Does that mean France and Germany aren't free countries? I think at least by the American definition or the Western definition, and France and Germany are free countries, right?
Yeah.
But
don't know. I'm pretty sure in France and Germany you can get locked up for, just speaking against the government or saying something offensive.
Yeah, Elon would have got locked up for his Sig Heil if he did it in Germany.
Yeah, exactly. See, that's the point.
Well, yeah, I mean, guess what? Germany is much like England. They're putting people in jail for offensive posts on the internet. So no, those are no longer free countries.
Yeah, hate speech laws in Europe are serious. That's correct. Yes.
It's not even fucking hate speech, just something somebody finds offensive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's literally no statement that anybody can make that nobody can find offense to. You can literally find offense with anything anybody says.
The law doesn't say if somebody takes offense to it. I mean, there are parameters to this. It's not just like they're throwing shit at a wall.
Well, no, yes, there are parameters that are dictated by the government. They shouldn't be dictating what anybody can and cannot say.
I didn't know that. You can go to jail for a bad Yelp or Google review in Thailand. I did not know that.
I mean, fuck, there was a famous case of it where the fucking dude dressed his pug up in the goddamn Nazi uniform. They put him in jail. It was a fucking joke.
Yeah, what's the guy's name? Count Dankula is the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a fucking joke.
Well, see, the American mind can't even wrap their head around that. I mean, obviously, Nazis are despicable people, but they should be allowed to exist. I mean, they should. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just different. They have a different history with it.
I mean, here, if the Klan has a rally somewhere and, all 14 of them that still exist get together in some city and decide to march down some street, they're not, like, who cares? I mean, everyone just sit there and look at them like they're a bunch of dumbasses.
At which, by the way, the last really big Klan rally in the U.S. happened in Memphis. And that's pretty much what they did, is look at them like a bunch of dumbasses. Now, and before anybody tries to run away with us, I actually kind of agreed with what they were protesting in the simple fact of, if somebody's dead, leave them fucking buried. I don't think you should exhume somebody's body just because you don't like them.
Well,
and that's what the protest in Memphis was about, was people in Memphis wanted the body of Nathan Bedford Forrest exhumed and moved out of Memphis. And I'm just like, he's fucking dead. Leave him be.
Volusia, I don't know what you're talking about in the chat there, buddy. That's not true.
Well, I just see two people that are, and I've heard it from a lot of people. He's like, oh, Russia looks great. Oh, yeah. I go, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody loves Russia.
I mean,
they just don't like us.
I mean, I don't know, man. Bernie Sanders went there for his honeymoon.
Some people just don't like us funding a war. That's all.
Yeah. But that's not what we were talking about. I mean, we can have a conversation about that. That's not what they were talking about.
Well, but see, you're touching on what the American media has been pounding on for the past 10 years almost about, Trump being a Russian asset and all that, I mean.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about him in particular, although I could be, but I don't know. No, I just think I think that some of the rhetoric about Russia is
they've called Kash Patel a Russian asset.
He's just a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, him and Tulsi Gabbard and Trump, they're all Russian assets. Elon too.
Yeah, that's kind of become the blanket term for I don't like you, is you're a Russian asset.
Well, I mean, they said that Kash Patel appear in a Russian documentary.
Yes, but they want to ignore the fact that Bernie Sanders honeymooned there in the 80s. But that doesn't matter. So what? I mean, that motherfucker honeymooned in Moscow in the 80s. Americans were not going to Moscow on a regular basis in the 1980s. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you couldn't. You're not going there now, but you could have gone there 5 years ago, right?
Yes, but it was much less friendly for Americans to go to Moscow in the 80s versus today. But so yes, in the middle of the fucking Cold War, yes, it was much less friendly for Americans to go to Moscow.
Well, you gotta understand,
I don't think you can go there now.
There's people losing their mind that Trump is going to meet with Putin right now.
He's going to meet with Putin to try to end the war.
Yeah, first of all, I don't understand what the thing is about meeting with other major world leaders. Why is that a bad thing?
Well,
Hey,
it was
Obama met with Putin
okay.
too.
Yeah, it was okay when George Bush was doing it, Obama was doing it.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
Hell, it was fine. It was fine 13 months ago when Biden did it.
Right.
Well, is there something different about this one?
He's trying to end the war in Ukraine.
Okay. But we need more details than that, don't we?
Well,
No, we really don't. I mean,
well, in order to make a sound judgment on whether or not it's something he should or shouldn't do, we do need more information about it.
Yeah, we don't know.
well, no, yes, you absolutely should meet with, which you have to. You're not going to end what the fuck's going on in Ukraine without meeting with Vladimir Putin. Like, hate to break it to you.
Yeah. You should talk to both of them then.
yeah, he did. Didn't he already have Zelensky over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem with it then.
Well, no, fucking Zelensky ran away mad when he cut off funding. Which, fucking.
The reason why, Trump cut off funding was he wanted Ukraine's rare earth elements.
Well, supposedly they agreed to repay everything we've given them in rare earth minerals. Yeah, like 800. I forget how much it is. It's a lot. But Ukraine will get screwed in the deal. No. Oh.
Anyway, we'll see. I mean, look. I hope that Trump does the right thing. I just find him to be unreliable in that regard.
Actually, no. He's actually more reliable in that regard than the other, 3 presidents of this millennium combined. He's actually gotten more done than all 3 of them.
When it comes to war, yeah, for sure.
Well, when it comes to just world peace in general.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck, they gave Obama a Nobel Peace Prize. Literally no U.S. president has bombed people more, and that included FDR.
Yeah, it was Obama. Yeah.
Or deported more people as well. He was the deporter in chief.
Well,
He was.
yeah,
I
now
like that.
But when Trump says it, it's a bad thing. Like, I don't get, like, I don't see how people do not see this level of hypocrisy. I don't understand it.
This is what it is. Especially with the internet, everything you say is public. Nobody ever wants to admit that they're wrong. So I think a lot of the people who just hate Donald Trump only hate Donald Trump just because they don't want to go back and say, well, yeah, maybe he's not so bad because of things they said before. They just have to.
Maybe for some people, that's not how I feel at all. But that's
well,
maybe
no, you don't count. You're a Chinese communist. You don't count.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been there long enough. Common law says you're now a Chinese communist.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine.
I mean, you're married after 7 years. Common law. You've been there for what? 13?
16 almost now.
16. Oh, see, there you go. You're full on indoctrinated.
I think I can get my green card in a couple of years, which I will do, by the way.
It's called a red card over there.
No.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Good.
The red card, yeah.
What do you have to do to get
red
that?
card,
You have to live there for a certain amount of time or something? What does that entail?
No, it's a bunch of different shit. Some of it, there's a few different ways to get it. One of them is if you make a shit ton of money, then you can get it because you pay a lot in taxes. Like if you make $1 million a year or something like that. It's not $1 million, but it's close. And then another one is if you're
wait, so you mean they have wait a minute? This sounds like a horrible racist place. You mean they have merit-based immigration?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, what a horrible place that would be to actually want people of worth to immigrate to your country. That's an outlandish statement.
By the shit that's spewed all over the television, the internet here, he's absolutely correct.
But the other way you can get it, like I know a guy who's he's American, and he's a professor, he's an economics professor at a university over here, and so he's like or if you're like a tech person or something, then you contribute, then you can get a green card. And for me, it's just if you're married to a Chinese citizen for 5 years and you've been paying taxes and you live in the country, then you can.
Well, man, I've promulgated a program on here for years, Alien versus Predator. You can get your citizenship. You just have to take out 5 of them.
Right, but I thought you said that you've been married for 16 years.
No, I've been in China 16 years. I've been married for a little over 2 years.
He just got married a couple of years ago. Yeah.
So you got 3 more years.
So you can't get a green card if you immigrate to China and work in a hotel cleaning hotel rooms?
Well, they won't give you. You can't get a visa to do that.
Oh.
Now in Japan and Korea, they've started. Like when I was in Japan, I did see a lot of. Like I saw some guys that South Asian, right? Maybe working in like convenience stores and stuff like that. You don't see that in China. China doesn't give you a visa unless you have to have like a job and you have to have certain qualifications to get a visa in China. But they're relaxing a lot of that in countries like Japan and Korea because the birth rate is so low. Now, maybe in 10 years in China, they'll start doing that too, because the birth rate in China is also pretty low. But yeah, it's causing issues in Japan and Korea because they don't have enough people to work lower wage jobs. In China, usually if you're a foreigner working in China, then you have, you might be a teacher or an educator, you might work in business, you can start your own business, you can be in whatever different thing that you're doing. But they don't give in China at McDonald's. Like they don't give you a visa for that.
If you get arrested and break the law, what do they do? If you're not,
depends. But you can get. I mean, you can either pay a fine. Depends on what it is, right? So for some things, you might pay a fine. For some things, you might get deported. That's a thing that people do. They do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most places do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not here. Well, until now.
We aren't. We're doing it now.
Yeah. Everyone's mad about it.
We're doing it under Obama. But...
Well, and I love the argument people make when they recite what's on the Statue of Liberty, as if that wasn't 150 fucking years ago when the population of this country was less than a third of what it is now.
Is that true? Vandy Dandy says in China you can pay a cop or the victim to get out of almost anything.
No. I mean, I would say 20 years ago that was probably the case for most things, not for like a murder or whatever, no. But less so now. China's cracked down on a lot of that shit in the last 20, especially 10 years. But like for example, I could I don't know, like if it was like a fight, like if I got into a fight, I could probably like just pay. You can like pay the guy, and then if he's like, all right, fuck off, we don't want to deal with that.
I like that. So you can whip somebody's ass and just pay him to go away.
See, that's one, like in America, you don't even have to do that depending on the state, because there's about 15 to 20 states where there's mutual combat laws.
Well, but I mean, I'm talking about if you're in the wrong. You know what I mean?
Well, here, if you get in a fight in a bar, you're still getting arrested, whether it's mutual combat or not.
Right. Oh no! If both of y'all fucking agree to go at it, y'all can fucking go at it.
Yeah.
The worst that can happen to you is at that point, like your example of it being a bar. The bar can have you trespassed, but you're not going to jail at that point. You're only going to jail if you violate the trespass at that point.
Here it's like if I got into a fight. Let's say I got into a fight with someone at a bar. The cops show up. We're both gonna go to the police station. But we won't get locked up. Like you might, but if you can come to an agreement to settle it and everyone's fine with it, then they'll just be like, all right, do that and fuck off. Like they're not going to charge you necessarily with like a crime against the state for that kind of shit. But like
a lot of times you aren't here. Like just because you go to jail, like a lot of times what happens, and a lot of people just don't pay attention to, is you're going to get released ROR and then like maybe pay a ticket.
Yeah, a ticket.
Right. Yeah, but like I mean, if you commit like financial fraud, you're going to go to jail. Like If you
Like you're going to jail for a few hours for public intox, but then you're getting released ROR, and that's basically going to be the end of it.
Yeah, you still get a charge though. It's on your record.
Yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter here. We don't have a public credit score, so it doesn't matter here.
I've got a couple of those public intoxication charges.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like I said, here they don't matter because we don't have that social credit score.
Which is just a bullshit charge. That's something they can. They're like, okay, this guy didn't really break the law, but he is drunk, so we can get him on that.
Right.
That's all that
here
is.
they won't do that. Usually, if you're
it also makes sense. Like if somebody's running around in public drunker than shit, I mean, you're basically giving them somewhere to sleep it off for a couple hours, and they're letting them go.
Yeah.
I mean, because
I think that's fine as long as you don't actually give them a charge on their record, right?
You can have 1,000 misdemeanor charges. It doesn't matter.
Well, depends.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to get a job somewhere,
you can have 1,000 misdemeanor charges, and it doesn't matter.
Well, if you're trying to get a job or something.
No, the only thing they once again have you thought? When was the last time you filled out a job application? All they ask for is felonies.
Yeah. Well, some places will do a back.
Intox is not a felony.
Some places will do a background check on you, though.
The only misdemeanor that disqualifies you from anything in this country is that I know of off the top of my head is domestic violence.
Well, an employer, a private business can disqualify you from employment for any reason. If they pull up your record and they see that you've got, 10 drunken public charges, they might not want to hire you.
Yes, they can.
Yeah, but why? If you put on the application you've never been convicted of a felony, they're probably not going to pull your criminal record. All they're really worried about is felonies.
All this is hence the reason why we got a bunch of middle-aged people at 1:30 in the afternoon on the internet.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bro, hey, I'm doing this at 2:30 in the fucking morning, man. Come on.
Well, you're just working on your.
Yeah.
You'll be with us tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, it is 2:30 in the morning, and I do have to run. So
you know what 2:30 is, right?
No.
Chinese dentist.
Is that right? Oh, 2:30. I got the joke. I got it.
My 2:30.
That was good.
Well, it's coming up on that time, so I gotta go. Maybe I don't. So I gotta go see if any of them are open right now.
All right, see you later.
All right, lads.
All right, see you later,
Volusia.
Volusia.
See you guys.
All right, see you, man. And with that note, I gotta run too. I gotta go be Cupid, with the Cupid shuffle.
Yeah,
and
have fun with that.
And all these wonderful people. But you guys have a great day. Thanks for having me on, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, see you later, folks.
All right, see you guys.
Yeah, it is 1:30. I think it's about time to shut this thing down.
Yeah, I wasn't too far from it anyway because I got 3 hungry kids sitting here, keep pestering me.
Vic, you got a show tonight?
Yep.
A special Valentine's show?
Yep.
Oh. 6 o'clock, right?
Yep.
All right, everyone go check out VicTube at 6 o'clock if you're not at dinner with your wife or girlfriend. Or boyfriend. I mean, it is 2025.
Yeah, we're not here to kink shame anybody.
Yeah, no. All right, Vic. Thanks, buddy. We'll see you at 6.
Okay.
All right, Vic. All right, Slim.
All right, buddy.
All right, have a good one, bro.
You too.
All right, yeah, that's going to do it for me as well, everybody. I hope everybody has a safe and fruitful Valentine's Day. And I will see you guys very soon.